Ayo, what you cooking?
Welcome to Lend Me a Fiver podcast, where we have conversations with people who have had successful journeys. Make sure to subscribe and share for regular content, but also comment. Tell us what careers you want to see. Tell us what you want to hear about, and we'll try to get them on the channel. Today, I want to welcome today's guests. We got Koby, aka Directed by Koby, and we got Dolla. They're both from DBK Studios.
Bush.
You know what? I like to think of directors as masterminds behind the scene. They make the thing happen, yeah? Mm-hmm. So I understand you're an award-winning film and TV director, as well as a writer and executive producer. Mm-hmm. DBK Studios is a partner of Sky Studios, which is huge, bro. Like when you think about it as a brand partnership.
Sure.
Just to name a couple things that you've been involved in and directed, Noughts and Crosses on BBC, which has been successful. It's been renewed for a second season. And you've played a role in directing the fan favorite, globally popular Netflix show, Topboy. And you've recently released 5 short films, several other projects, bro. You've been working,
By
bro.
God's grace, man. You've been trying.
You've been working, bro.
You can ask Dolla the journey. We can get into it.
Yeah, bro. We have
it's
to,
only
bro.
by God's grace.
Yeah,
man. But
bro.
I couldn't have done it without my guy here.
Come on, my bro.
It wasn't a one-man.
Okay. Yeah, no, bro, it takes a village more time, bro. But yeah, no, so you know what it is? There's a lot of work that the fans of these shows don't see.
Yeah.
So they may watch the movie, they may watch the TV show, and their fans are like, bro, this is hard. They look at it and they're like, this is, but they don't really deepen the village, bro, that it takes to get it on screen, to make that production happen. So you know what? It'll be great to kind of give people an idea of, especially people that have a vision. They're passionate about TV, they're passionate about film, just to how they can explore different parts of the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody, people are passionate sometimes, but don't want to always be in front of the camera.
Sure.
There's a lot of people behind the camera that make it happen.
Sure.
And there's stars as well, bro.
There is.
You man are stars.
Thank you.
But yeah, bro, let's start with the background and the journey into being a director. Because one thing I will say is, there's not many people that wake up or they grow up and aspire to be a director. You know what I'm saying? It's not something like, I think you're the first film director and studio kind of that I've met. Like it's not somebody you don't meet them every day. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from you man, how you were raised and when you come up.
Sure. But obviously I'm from Southeast London.
Okay.
You know what I mean, I guess we're all from the same
area.
Do you know what I mean? So we grew up on the edge of London, you know, which is slightly different from anywhere else, really. Do you know what I mean? So already we're kind of, you know, we're not the average customer, just put it that way. Do you know what I mean? The upbringing is different. And I think that, you know, growing up, you know, it was never easy. And I think there was one big turning point where, you know, some people go left, some people go right, you know, and I kind of found that time quite isolated, if you know what I mean, in the sense where, what's next? And when I say isolated, you know, I'm still talking to people like Dolla. You know what I mean? I'm talking about finishing college and going to university. So 18 years old, this guy will pull up with his Korean friend from uni, like this expensive car. Just yo, I just came to pull up. Like, so you still have those connections, but it's still isolated. And it's something that we discussed before we walked in here. At that point is when the focus comes in there. It's like, what do I want to do? You know what I mean? Like,
all right, but hold on. But if we gotta rewind slightly though. In terms of background, let's talk about origin.
Okay.
Origin.
We're going that back. Oh, okay.
No, just on a quick one. Because I feel like because a lot of the time people want to, because it's relatable. We want to make sure people know that, look,
we're the same people.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's been through this journey. Because if we skip to 18,
and that's important,
there's a lot of people that watch it and this that they don't know what your background was pre that time. You know what I'm saying? So where were you born, raised?
Sure. Well, I was born in Côte d'Ivoire. I was born in Ivory Coast. So some trivia. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Unless you know me, you wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
So how many years did you spend there?
About 3-4 years. So like my primitive years was in Ivory Coast. My first language was French.
Oh, is it?
That? Yeah,
okay, damn.
That's some trivia.
You're handling yourself in Paris,
feel me?
though.
You get me? Like, I can't speak French no more. I can't lie. I promise. Yeah, because obviously, look, I was there, 3-4. My parents are from Ghana. My older sister's born in Ghana. My little sister's born in Ghana.
Okay, that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, because I'm Ghanaian. Like I'm Ghanaian.
So you're Ghanaian.
Yeah, I got a Ghanaian passport.
Ivory and But you're technically eligible for
citizenship. I could, but I've got a British and Ghanaian passport because I'm Ghanaian. Like I'm going back to live in Ghana. That's my destiny. Okay. My parents were working in. So my dad, full disclosure, used to be one of the chief execs of WAFU, which is now the West African sort of football association.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like one of the chief execs, but at the time he wasn't really that, lucrative.
Okay.
Then Civil War and then all of that. Then he left. But yeah, that's my start. But then eventually I went to England.
Okay.
Went back to Ghana for like 2 years.
What
then
age
came
was
back
that?
to London. So I'd say around the age of like 3-4, I moved to England.
Okay.
My dad was studying here and stuff or whatever. And then around 6, I would have gone back to Ghana.
Okay.
Until
so primary school, so a bit of primary school in Ghana.
Correct. I was moving around quite a bit. I think, you know what, like I had quite a bit of, look, my parents are solid people, so I had a solid upbringing, but I think in terms of the logistics, it could have been quite unstable. Because one point in my life, I couldn't speak any language. How about that?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So like, I'm born from Ivory Coast, and then no one's speaking French to me no more. But English ain't really been grasped yet. You're in like year 3.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, bro. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. So obviously, I came from that kind of
okay,
sort of mix up of backgrounds. Really.
Okay, but after 8, were you in the UK
London
school
since straight. Yeah, London. So from 8, I was like, in year 3, I guess.
Okay.
And from then straight, I did my education in the UK.
Okay, and then Dolla, so your schooling, were you born, raised?
I was born here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born here.
No, sorry, mate. I don't know. You know what I mean? I was born here, mate.
I am though. I was born in South, raised in South. I went to Nigeria and stayed there for a bit, and then
what's a bit?
4 years.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, 4 years.
Was that disciplinary reasons?
Yeah. Do you know what? I started.
You know you're gonna get sent back to Nigeria. You're one of the real
do you know what? I was just a naughty kid. Always.
I mean, bruv, it's crazy because some people with children, they say African boys, they're naughty, bro. Like that's what you hear.
Yeah, if you just give me even just a little bit of leeway, that's it. I'm off. Yeah. I'm always thinking, how can I outdo the last time I got a bit of,
leeway.
So then from there I've come back. I think 15, 16.
Yeah.
I've come back.
Okay, wow. So you spent some time.
Yeah. Okay. My teenagers, my proper teenage.
Okay, but did you do GCSEs here?
Nah.
Okay.
By the time I've come back, I'm too old for GCSEs.
Okay, so you did the equivalent in where?
Nah. So it's crazy because, I've gone there, where I've started secondary school. In this country, I started in year 7.
Okay.
So I've got shit back there. I've got to start from the beginning again.
They didn't just let man enter the
Nah, they don't do it like that. It's not based on age. It's based on what you know.
That's why there's the ringer thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ringers, bro.
Yeah,
no, but I'll tell you what's crazy. So you can be in primary school in Nigeria, right? And you can be 9 and 10, yeah, and you just cut through, skip year 5, year 6, and go straight to school. Go straight to secondary school.
Because you're smart.
They don't do it based on age. It's based on what you.
But I like that.
Yeah, it's
I like that actually. You know what? Yeah, you're right. So, because if you think about it, based on when you're born, don't really determine your destiny, bro. Actually, do you know what? When you think about it, it actually holds certain people back.
Definitely.
Certain people, because remember, the syllabus sometimes is actually hampering kids because they're
average.
So you just
below average,
probably.
Below average,
you just move with the people that you're the same IQ of. So you never get this. I've got to attend to this kind of person, this kind of person. Everyone's got. But I'll tell you what's crazy. So if I've gone in, started school, there's people that are 3 years younger than me, my age, and 4 years older than me.
In this country, they don't even survive. Do you know why they don't survive? In this country, the banter. They don't survive the banters, bro.
Once someone catches you and you're a ringer, you're finished.
But it's crazy because it's all boarding school, so everyone's living together.
Okay.
So it's a bit mad, but stay there. But do you know what? I'll tell you one thing. At first, I hated the fact that I got sent there, but then it became the best time of my life.
You embraced it. You embraced it.
You see what? Because it's a different community. Like there's certain struggles that we're trying to build something now where people don't have to face that. Like my skin was never an issue.
Yeah, do you know what? I've never felt that way ever.
To live somewhere where it's a level playing field. It's not. skin has no relevance to this.
Yeah, good point.
Do you get it? It's
maybe class.
Yeah,
but
class,
but
not skin. Like
class is everywhere. That's everywhere.
That's everywhere.
Regardless,
there's
always class in regardless of what's the demographic
anywhere.
You are, class plays a factor, right?
And I think I think that's key in like what Koby and myself are building, where we've experienced a different culture, where we know what it's like just to be on a level playing field, where you know what.
Yeah, okay.
The skin's not even an issue like that.
Facts. Okay, so wait, hold on. How did you lot meet? And what age? Tell us about that. How did you meet?
Yeah, no, we're teens. We're teens. Like when we.
I was probably 14, 13.
Yeah, we've always known.
I met his brother first though. I met Dotun first.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him first.
Yeah. Like, and then me and my brother were mad close in age. Like it's just a year apart. Yeah.
Similar to me.
So. And he got sent to Nige with me, but I think.
But was he bad or just as a result?
Nah, do you know what? He was like me and him. We're the same age, so we've always just played together. We've always played together, but we're kind of the people that is either he's egging me on or I'm egging him on, kind of thing. So we're always always trying to do that and get each other into doing dumb stuff. So we've both just gone back there, but bro, it was crazy because he got to come back early. How about that?
Is it? Swear on.
Yeah, so he's come back a year.
Based on behavior.
Yeah.
Based on behavior.
Yeah, just based on behavior. I got in trouble while I was out there. So
basically, you got sentenced and you didn't want to even rectify. You know what's crazy? That means you got sentenced and you just carried on.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Then afterwards, behavior changed. All right, come back. So obviously, now we're all from the same area. We're all chilling and whatnot. So. We just been kicking it from then, really.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Early doors, boy.
All right. So, did you do GCSEs? What's your education? Okay, post. So, you done your GCSEs.
So from year 3, I've done all my education in the UK.
And what did you say? Your academic?
I'm above average. I'm not perfect academic wise, but I'm above average because I didn't really study.
So did you get 5?
So in my school's a bit different because it was on the way out. When I was in year 11, there was no year 7s. There was only year 9s because it was closing the school.
Wait, slow.
Yeah, wait, because you man St. Joseph. You remember St. Joseph? Mojo's. You remember Mojo's in Sidcup?
Yeah.
It got closed down, bro.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with the years?
As in, because it's closing down, after, so when I'm in like year 9, they're not accepting normal students.
Oh, of course.
So
Okay,
year 7s become year 8s, there's no year 7s until those year 8s leave the school. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
So when I was in year 11, right?
Yeah.
The year 9s was the last people in the school, innit?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. But it's kind of phased out. It's a phased out.
So they were experimenting with us. Yeah, I did GNVQ and that. You know what I'm saying? So
in secondary school.
Yeah. So for example, I did GNVQ science, even though I got a B. You know what I mean? So I still did well.
So they didn't let you do GCSE science.
Yeah, it's a bit techie, but I think it was an experiment because if you're on the top set, you can do the normal thing and then go and get all the grades you need. But from the second, which I was in, below, and it's 5 GNVQ and whatever. But yeah, I got my grades, bro. So, I got 12 GCSEs.
Okay, did you both do upper higher education, so college?
Yeah, uni.
I got a master's degree in filmmaking.
Whoa, okay, shit. All right, bro, you slow, you're wrong. My guy, look at he wants his flowers. He wants his flowers quick.
You said higher.
I'm not working for the process,
no,
bro.
Wait, you said higher, bro.
You said higher, bro. All right, bro.
When you said higher, I went for the top shelf, innit?
Yeah, he did top bins, bro. So you've gone college, you did A levels or Christ, okay, I went Christ with it. So done that. Then you went both got degrees.
Yeah.
Was that based on you wanted to do it or parents, the background?
I was always gonna do it. Like at that
why is that? Because it was instilled in you.
Yeah, man. When you're growing up, like your main goal is school. Like you don't. You can do whatever you like elsewhere, but your main life goal is school and get the good grades in it. So
okay, fair.
I don't think I aced it like I said, but it was still my goal.
Yeah, bro. You wanted it done. Yeah. So what did you study?
In school or in college?
Uni now.
Uni. Okay. So in uni, I studied communication and media, which is interesting.
Okay.
Because by this point, I was already into cameras. Like I was shooting. And editing.
That's kind of at that age. What kind of got you into that?
The spark for me is like when I was in college, Christ the King. I did media studies, and you remember Afolabi, comedian. You remember Afolabi?
Yeah.
He used to do like skits and stuff. Okay. He does weddings. But anyway, he was in my class, so he's obviously the comedian. He's walking around.
But you chose media before that though.
No, but I didn't know I was gonna like it.
To be fair, I think everyone chose media, man.
Everybody.
It might have been. Was it more on a DOS level at first?
You know what? I think it's because I was good at computers. Like when it got to computers, you know, back in the day, people used to do productions. Remember those productions? Yeah. Low key, I'll see in my corner doing a mad thing on one software.
What video music though, right?
No, nothing.
Is
it was
on
just
videos?
Pictures. It was just on pictures. And
okay, so that's different, bro. That's kind of like. Because back in the day, everyone was on this music thing, bro. Like, I didn't really see guys that were really playing with the camera. Funny enough,
us lot was the only one in our group of friends that wasn't really on the music thing.
Yeah, not really.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it
but
was
the camera thing, but you feel what I'm saying though? It's different, bro. I feel like the time now, you see now where Instagram's a big thing. People are in the footage. Like, I don't even know if I've got pictures back in the day.
Yeah.
Now everywhere I go, I got a snap. I'm trying to be fly everywhere, bro. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Back then, that's why doing stuff like those productions and stuff, we used to travel further. You see what I'm saying to you? Like, it's MSN. So you're putting that as your MSN display picture or whatever, and then people are consuming it.
But you were editing them.
I was editing it. I was getting people's pictures.
But what do you think made you like?
I was just
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just get into like what was the kind of bro? What inspired you to be that way?
I was always tech savvy. Like that's what I enjoyed doing. So film derived from that. You feel what I'm saying? Like where I just kept trying stuff within tech. And film is a part of that, like cameras, laptops. So I went to uni after I studied media studies. I enjoyed shooting and editing. I went to uni. I bought a MacBook and a Canon 7D. I was the guy in uni to shoot music videos, commercials, all of that.
For work, people doing
a business. It was called Flash Media London.
Is it? So you were making? Was it making money?
Nah, bro. I mean, it was
or just like for favors.
I didn't really break even, put it that way.
Okay,
do you know what I mean?
But it was more like anyone needed something.
There. Exactly.
They would come to.
I just love doing it. So it's kind of like, look, if you drop a bag, you know what I mean? That's like, wow, £1,000.
Is it?
Do you know what I'm saying to you? And I obviously break off everyone else.
Times.
I was trying, bro, because I enjoyed doing it, and that's where film came from. Like it just grew because I kept seeking. You know what I'm saying? It's something I enjoyed.
So what? So we talk about the hardware you had. What about the software? What were you using?
Great Final Cut. So the edit software back then was Final Cut.
Okay,
that's how I learned.
That's why I'm just trying to put it out there because you know back in the day music I know Fruity Loops. Everybody started on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even I tried to make a beat on that. But but because not many people are familiar.
That was the original because Final Draft ain't really popping like that these days. The industry standard is Avid. But then a lot of people use Adobe Premiere Pro.
I was
like
Adobe, but I didn't want to speak out of turn.
No,
you know, the camera guys start saying, "Man, what's this brother chatting about?" Yeah,
those are the ones that will say the top 2 accepted industry standard. Final Cut's kind of slid to the left a bit. No one really pays attention to that.
Right, I'm gonna get into a question now, a bit earlier than like before we finish your background, but because this is interesting. You see those tools, they're self-taught for you, right? Or was it a course that got you to where you're knowledge?
Bro. Okay, that's why. Look, when I finished college and I did media, I was brilliant at sociology. When I went uni, I did a course called communication and media, which wasn't film. Them times I didn't know I wanted to direct. I didn't know what that was. I was just shooting and editing. Do you get what I'm saying? But I think that eventually through, going through the education process and all of that kind of thing, that's when it all clarified to me that I want to be a director. Do you know what I mean? Just from stepping
from them ages, yeah.
But of course,
because I'll be real, because you just editing pictures, like, because I don't.
It's seeking
director, because directing a film and production is a big. I've never obviously seen it, witnessed it, but I can imagine it's
I went to film school, so basically.
After uni.
Yeah, so basically what I've done is obviously I've invested in it myself just to seek it. I like shooting and editing. That's all I can say. Keep doing that. I'm reading this
3-year degree.
3-year degree. I got a 2-2 from Brunel University.
Okay, Brunel.
I did a master's after that, which was like
masters, bro. You're educated, bro.
Yeah, but bro, I didn't finish that, so that one was void.
So how long did you go?
I was there for like a month. Because in Brunel, everyone's enjoying it.
A month? Bro, is that even I
went to Miami. I went to Miami. I was 21. I've blown all the peas that I've got. You go to King of Diamonds, you're getting excited.
I think I did a 21-year-old trip in Miami.
I've done that. You know what I'm saying? To you? I blew all the bread, and then I'm coming back to England. I'm like, oh snap, what am I doing? These times, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm like, all right, cool. I want to do something in this realm. Yeah. So I went on Brunel.
Don't feel like an effort.
But you know what it is? I saw advanced multimedia design, and that's not film. So that's like, I had like, people from like China or Korea or whatever sitting in a room, right? Tech savvy people building 3D sculptures digitally. I can't do this. This is not what I want to do.
Oh, in the class.
This is what the masters is. I didn't know that's what it is. I thought this was film.
Would that just for the record though? Would that have helped you in your day today?
I understand it now. I'm glad.
Would it have helped? Would it help those
Definitely.
people? Okay, cool.
Because that's part of my job now. Like,
okay.
Okay, you shoot whatever on the camera, but VFX elements comes into it, and it's funny because
VFX elements is called,
it's called virtual VFX. It's virtual visual effects. Or something like
okay,
that.
but the reason why I asked that is because
Visual
there's
effects,
a lot of syllabus shit. Sorry, excuse my language. That people just wonder what, like algebra, bro.
No, but you know what?
You know
Those
what
terminologies are irrelevant. Like, it's just know what you're doing, and the terminology comes with it. Do you know what I mean? But people love to worship jargon sometimes, and it's kind of irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just sort of like industry. When you're savvy, you use certain language, but
of course.
you shouldn't really get bogged down with, you know.
the word. Okay.
Yeah.
So, degrees. What did you get your degree in?
I got my degree in management.
Okay. Okay, so actually, that's actually a good partnership, though.
Yeah.
Because from a business perspective, like you could kind of bring one side.
You know what? Just to clarify the setup at DBK.
Yeah, okay.
So DBK, as a production company, I'm a film director. However, I've started a production company to A, claim some ownership back into what we do, but B, to also facilitate other people's content. So that's what DBK is. It stands for Done by the King, because I'm a Christian, man of God.
Why did I think it was directed by Koby?
It's a
a
rapper will say something that means two things.
So what is it? Just to clarify.
Done by the King.
Done by the King.
So Done by the King. And then what's happened is, look, like I said, Dolla's one of my closest friends. Do you know what I mean? Like back in the day, Dolla was very savvy with management and money, even before you did the course. Like on ends, that's what Dolla is. Yep. So I think that I got to a state.
Nickname makes sense, right?
Yeah, man. It's not even a nickname.
It's
his name.
No, but you know,
but
it's
you know what
I'm saying. But it's even though it's your name, it's like it's a
very fitting.
You know what I'm saying? It's your nickname as well. But you feel what I'm saying? Like you know, everybody has an alias.
No, that's how everyone saw it.
Okay, but yeah, just
okay. Point as well.
But just
that's why there's a double.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, even though it's your name, it's also your alias.
Yeah.
All right. So,
the setup at DBK is that I founded the company, which I aim to make everything that I do as a writer and director, film director, that is through this company, but also to facilitate other people's ideas. Now,
that's dope. What made you feel like you? Because that's
just my experience.
You're opening doors, bro.
Of course, but it's like, you see, my mum was an empath. My mum's passed away now, but she was an empath. She feels what other people feels. So with me, after I've been through certain obstacles, I'm saying to myself, no one needs to go through this. This is actually irrelevant.
So she's instilled that in me.
Inside my person. So obviously I've built this machine, this system to deal with that. And who better to run that with someone you trust? Because I'll be honest with you, the money came straight away. We're talking about £125,000 budgets for a project. Making a 5 short film for my first.
Wait, we can't jump though. We can't jump.
No. I just want to clarify what Dolla's doing. Let me cut all the figures out.
Okay.
But Dolla essentially is the managing director of DBK Studios, meaning that he's actually running the company.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying to you? He's
the
like
CEO basically.
He's exactly like we're basically joint CEO almost in a sense, because people look to Koby and say this is DBK, but they don't understand that I speak to Dolla about everything.
Yeah, but that's.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That's, to be honest with you, I think
that's the function.
It's the creative and the business coming
together.
together.
I think that's the best way to put it. I think me naturally, if it makes sense, I'm good to go with it, and the money works. I'm good to go with it. So for me, I'm looking at everything Koby's doing, and one thing, and it's to go back more so, is Koby started things from way back, like mini projects, but as brethrens now, growing up the way we've grown up and whatnot, we're just there, always rooting for a next man, like, yo, do your thing, like, if you need me to carry a couple of things for you, boom, I'll carry it, like, it's your dream, you want to do this.
The first film I ever made, Dolla was on set, 2014, 15.
But it's one of them it's one of them ones where when you got proper brethrens, like, anything you need them to do, fam, I'm here for you, bro. Like, if I've got time for you, I'll do it, kind of thing. So, and there's quite a lot of us, man, that we've grown up like that, where it's more than a friendship, it's more like a brotherhood kind of thing. So, where the journey, everyone just sees the glitz and glamour now, but where
you don't see the suffering, boy.
A lot of times it's been
always,
a lot,
bro.
Yeah,
bro, come on, that's how it goes.
But it's mad like that.
But you know what it is? That's what I think this podcast has definitely testified to a lot of that. Is everyone sees the output,
of course,
but they kind of just
100%.
don't really. It's like, bro, you're doing it. How do I get like this? But they kind of disregard the whole 10-year or however many year journey.
I say I'm a Christian,
yeah.
One of the biggest words in the Bible I live by is live by faith, not by sight.
Okay.
And then as you grow up and you live by faith,
break it down in terms of go on, what it means to you.
What it means to me, live by faith, not by sight, is look. I'm a Christian, so I can only speak for what I go by. The word of God is the be-all and the end-all. It's the first and last word. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I'm going to base every business decision, personal decision, whatever decision, according to the word of God. That's living by faith. But living by sight is what human beings see with their eyes, which is different. Those are two different things. Do you know what I'm saying to you? It's like living by sight is after I've manifested something, you're looking at that, as opposed to looking at the principles behind manifestation. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm making clear sense.
Bro, I hear you, bro.
Do you get it? Live by faith, not by sight. And I think that really, because we all have that same kind of mentality, that's how you can now start doing things that people take notice of. But what they won't see is that living by faith is the hard part.
Because I was going to say,
because you're not living by sight because it's hard. It's difficult.
Did you have faith that when you were in the industry that you were going to make productions at the scale that you're
Can I say one thing to you? Yeah, two things actually. I always knew it was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to look like this. Okay. But
you
the
knew.
Spirit inside of me.
You believed.
I'll meet people sometimes and then it'll kind of like booge up on me or whatever. Then something in my brain will say, that guy's going to regret. Do you get what I'm saying to you? It's like not me saying it. Yeah. It's almost like uncontrollable voice in my head saying, this guy's going to regret.
Do you pray?
Every day, every morning, I read I've finished the Bible back to front, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. So and I finished the New Testament a second time. Yeah. I'm about 4 or 5 chapters in the Old a second time. I'm going through it.
You're making man look crazy on this. Not at all. You're doing your thing, bro.
Not
That's dope, because I'm a Christian, bro, but
of course.
I don't.
But there's no measure to it. Like, God loves everybody.
You're right, bro. He knows your heart, though.
Exactly, my bro.
He knows your heart, bro.
And my thing is, one thing I appreciate about Dolla as well, in terms of being a business partner of mine, is that we sing from the same hymn sheet, bro.
Yes.
Me and him can't argue because the word of God is there. All right, cool. What does the Bible say?
But but that's just to clarify. There must be disagreements in terms of.
No, we do. Like, there's
come on, bro. Like, actually,
yeah, exactly. just to make sure, because people feel so because you also don't want people to feel like in any business relationship that it's not possible.
You're not supposed to not disagree. You're supposed to handle conflict with love, bro.
Yeah.
Because we're on the same team. Why am I saying, right?
That's the thing. And that's what, like, that's the other day. 2 days ago, we were disagreeing on something, and we got another brethren here where he's stepping in saying, nah, I hear it from your side, I hear it from your side. We're going back and forth, back and forth, where it's like, all right, we'll just go both disagree to disagree, agree to disagree kind of thing. We'll sleep on it and think, all right, you know what? This is actually the best idea to go by kind of thing.
And everyone agrees.
Yeah, everyone agrees, and we'll even crack a joke about it or whatnot, and we'll understand. But sometimes it takes that where you need people around you where it's they see a different view of things, like through a different lens. So for me, I always look at things from a business point of view,
straight away.
Even
but mind you, though, pause. This guy is a sucker. You know what? Yeah, he's grown up here, and it's like his heart is massive now. So it's like the Dolla that I know with the boundaries now is just stuck because he's got 2 daughters.
He softened it.
Yeah,
he softened
it. Girls will soften you.
You get it now. He's getting people in the business now appealing to his nicer side until they mess up. Then I'm like to Dolla, you see, now when you're calling me the bad guy, you understand why my boundaries are. So he's brilliant, don't get me wrong. But what I love is that he does it with love. You see what I'm saying to you? He doesn't do the business. I believe in that though. I don't believe in doing, like, listen, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be kind of thing. And I think now the way everything's set up, the first thing we do is first look into our community and say, all right, cool. Is there anybody in the community that we can help out and do this job?
That's dope. I love that.
We're putting them on straight away. Like, there's so many people since we've been shooting that are from the community.
Dope.
Fact. Let's call a spade. The 5 shorts that we did, right? A lot of those people were either black women from ends. Jessica McGuy, who made Daddy's Girl, one of the writer directors on the slate. So one of the main people. It's from Thamesmead, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's 20, gonna be 25.
How did you come and go? How did that relationship happen?
It wasn't even on ends. I was at an industry event. Someone introduces this girl. Oh yeah, where you from? I'm from Thamesmead. Huh? I was like, oh raw.
Serious.
You're from Thamesmead? Oh, okay, well my brothers. That's how I paid attention to her, and she's just been a blessing since. And Dolla met her as well. Yeah. We've done a bit of business with her before this, and she checks out. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's like,
All right, so. Okay, so we're gonna skip. So your education, you got education. You did 1 month of a master's,
which I scrapped, and then I was working in Vodafone for a while. Like that's when I'm just finding.
Okay, so at that point, are you thinking this is done, or you?
I'm not thinking anything. I just know what I
just
enjoy,
getting by.
But I've always been a progressive person, so with me, I'm always moving towards something. You see what I'm saying to you? Is like there's always a goal.
Okay, but so what was the break though? What kind of then?
I just didn't know what was next. Like I just need. I'm never gonna be a bum, bro. That's one thing I know. Like there's so many things I can do. It doesn't make sense me not having money. So Vodafone was one of those ones where, you know, I could just go and bake off. You know, I could do it, bro. They wanted to give me a job at Vodafone as like a area manager, business development manager. Yep. Do you know what I'm saying? And the time I was applying for film school, I actually got offered a job from Mercedes.
Oh, so were you waiting for your film school application? Is that what you were doing?
Film school didn't even come into the picture. Okay. I was just at Vodafone.
You just doing retail?
Yeah. Which is where people will tell you to do. So obviously I'm in Vodafone, killing it. But
bear in mind, there's a lot of people that's where they go for that little. They're in this realm, and then they don't really break out.
But you know what's funny enough? Vodafone's where I met Michael Dapper. He's one of my closest friends.
He was working there as well.
Yeah, but that's when I moved from the Blue Water store to the Oxford Street store when I went to film school, because I went to film school in Covent Garden, the London Film School. Okay. But that's where I met Michael Dapper. So Vodafone was a big. I worked there for like 3 years.
Has that impacted
massively?
Like some of the
massively. Yeah. I wasn't. Look, we're all from ends. You remember the way it is. Socialization and communication weren't straightforward. Yeah. Like I step somewhere, I'm a bit closed off.
Yeah,
like I'm just like,
it's a culture that.
Do you get what I mean? Is that I don't really know you, bro. I can't really. But when I went to Vodafone, I came out my shell. I had to speak to people
every day,
and I realized, oh shit, I got the gift of the gab. You know what I mean? Just by actually just doing it, and I think that has aided me massively in my process of becoming a filmmaker. Because especially as a director, forget the business exec side. As the creative leader of this project, I have to interact with hundreds of people
every minute. Bro.
Every minute.
You get frustrated. What's your patience?
Of course,
like? Just want to get out.
My patience is shocking, but I cover it well.
Shocking as in low.
Very low.
Mine is
but I cover it very well.
Sometimes.
Dolla feels the full brunt of it.
Because I've received feedback in life that I can't hide that shit. Bro.
You know what? Let me tell you one thing is that of late I've walked into the clarity of what boundaries are. And I'm a massive advocate of them. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So I've come into a place
Elaborate on that now.
So what I mean by that is I communicate my decisions, except for someone like Dolla, who I make those decisions with. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But in terms of business decisions, I'm just going to make the decision. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
and that's the boundary.
Stand firm.
You're going to learn what we are doing by the decisions we make, not by what we say. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I've now started to operate in that realm, and I'm seeing a massive difference.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
All right, so met Michael Dapper, Vodafone. Tell us how you got into
film.
Into the where, bro? How did you?
So while I was at Vodafone, right, I remember I was reading this book. Yeah, one of my boys, I went Christ the King with. He stole one book like this from the LRC
from the college.
Christ the King, fam.
He's taking the mic.
I'm not gonna say his name. I don't want to bury him.
I mean, I can't bury him.
I can't bury him. It was a long time after, but it was a really good book on film lighting, and there's a quote in there from a guy called Alan Daviau. Right, he's a DOP. He's the head of film and lighting on a film set. So he's the guy who we usually see behind the camera.
The Alan guy, yeah.
Alan Daviau, correct? Okay. Yeah, so he's like a director. I've got a DOP, so he's like my guy who gets the shots that I want.
Yeah, bro, you probably have to give us a breakdown. Because I'll be real, the director world, I still don't know what.
I'll break it down.
I don't know what the role looks like. But
no, I'll break it down. But the DOP is just like the right hand man to the director, so he's almost seen as the number 2, almost. You get. And he's got his own department, like the camera team and all these things or whatever. Anyway, he's written a quote in his book, and he's written, "The day you're not scared at work anymore is the day you need to quit." This is like 2011, 2012. So I've gone on Twitter, posted on Twitter, I've put his name there, Alan Daviau. Then this random film conference company tweets me back like, "Oh yeah, you know, Alan Daviau's going to be at our conference in LA. Very nice. You know, boom, boom, these dates." So I'm hitting up the whole film community that I F with, like, yeah, look, we should go to this thing. Everyone's like, yeah, we do a group chat. Then
okay,
eventually,
so you just had the
flops.
film community. You kind of just so in your mind you're building that in the background.
Always, there's people that do what you do. Do you know
So
what
you
I'm
were
saying?
networking from early.
Look, I wouldn't have called it networking back then, but yes,
That's what it is, bro.
Yeah, it was
right? Because as I said, it's not.
There was a cluster of us.
Yeah,
doing
because
the same
I think
thing.
remember because
But they all flopped. They all flopped.
Because
I went LA by myself.
because you lived because you lived it.
Yeah.
You're not I don't think you're really deep in
With
the skill set and the what's gone into
the
that
acumen.
process, bro. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You're working at Vodafone.
Yeah.
Who's out here just meeting people from film, going into talks, bro?
No, but
that's
it's
something
people
that's
that I would have
instilled.
known anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like people I went college with,
Bro, but at the same time, but but you said film community, bro.
Look, okay, I'm gonna change it. More videography community.
Still,
them times I didn't know film.
But deep it though.
I know what you mean.
You've
There's a
kept
community.
that band, bro.
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
This is what we like to do.
Course.
This is what we're into.
No, of course,
bro. Which is what
I like what you're saying. Actually,
you
it's
know
like
what I'm saying.
it's like an accountability moment of just seeing
it's just
myself.
like yes, I mean, if you reverse, because obviously for you lived it, so it's kind of like no, this is me living my life. No, a lot of people.
It is that though. It is literally just me.
I hear you, bro.
Dolla, one thing I'm not artificial.
Yeah,
I'd rather not be a part of it.
I feel you, bro. But what I'm saying is a lot of people, if they try to maintain the relationships that you've mentioned or try to utilize the relationships that you've established, they would be in better positions, bro.
You know what? Not necessarily as well, because I think it's all to do with mentality, right? One thing I appreciate is that there's people that I meet that I was close with back in the day. They'll meet me today. It's like, you ain't changed one bit. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of your mentality, it's just your morals are the same. The values are the same. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that's what I pride myself on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always just been the same person.
So no one else went to this
Nobody,
talk,
just
but
me.
you flew to LA?
Myself. So my dad goes to me, look, boom, I'm working now. What's the best time for you to make such a decision? So just go. Solo dolo, my guy. I was like 21, 22.
Nah, you're a G for that.
So anyway, I'll go to LA now. Boom, I'm meeting bare
Man done the Esther.
Yeah. I know.
He done the Esther one.
I remember that Esther still. Because no. You know what? I had the Esther because I went to Miami.
Yeah.
Like a year and a half before, so I already bust the Esther.
One man to go work, to travel solo.
To travel,
to travel one man up at that age is dope. I love that.
I was doing that, so I went there. Van Nuys. It wasn't even LA. It was Van Nuys, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you get. That's what the
Venice
private
Beach,
jet
bro.
lands. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's nice there, bro.
It's nice, but it's still like quite country. Like it's like residential.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So anyway, I'll go out there.
You're not gonna buck no like Crips and Bloods, bro.
I went to Compton though. I told my uncle.
Is it for what? You just
one of my uncles lives there. I said, but I want to go to 9002. Was it like Compton?
You were listening
too
to
many, too much music. But no, I went out there and I'm a black guy with a British accent, so I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm meeting DOPs like Robbie Greenberg. He's the
DOP stands for again.
Director of photography. Okay, so he's a cinematographer. So the head of film and lighting. Okay. He shot Free Willy, all the Free Willies and all that. I met a guy called Alan Daviau. He shot E.T. with Spielberg.
Okay. And they were just openly. Did you have to pay to get in there, or?
Yeah, it was a course. It was a conference. So you have to pay for the conference. It was cool. Yeah. Q&As, and then I was sitting there, and this is when it all changed for me. Right, I was in the studio in LA, bro. And Carl Walter Lindenlaub, he's a German DOP, so he's from Europe as well, but he's moved to LA and he's done Narnia, Prince Caspian, you know.
Narnia.
He's the main guy on Suits, you know.
Trust me.
But this is before Suits that I've bucked him.
Okay.
So I'm like, so he's like there lighting his set, and like, you know, in the studio you can build a set. You see what I'm saying? You can build a living room.
I don't know, but okay.
So like in Topboy, for example, I'll give you an example. You watch Topboy, right?
Yeah. So
you see the scenes in like the apartment.
Spoiler alert. Go on, carry
on.
No spoilers. No, do it. Spoil it, bro.
But in
you should be on it already, bro. You're late, bro.
Watched that already,
like
man.
in Summer House, all the internal apartments is built from scratch in the studio.
So it's not the yard.
It's not the yard. And
so the external bit is,
but the internal's not. You shoot in the studio.
Oh,
yes,
that's dope. Nah,
and then
different, man.
And then in the boat, you know, the boat that Sully was on.
Yeah.
That's internal is also a studio.
No,
and externals in Hackney.
So every time they flick to the
we just do it in different places, and then you edit it together. It looks normal.
Why though? Why not?
Because you get more space and control.
Save way more money as well.
Yeah,
way more money. Because you think about it, if you got to rent out that flat, you're paying peas. If you own that studio and you just build it,
you build it over the course of 6 months. That's like boom, we're shooting here.
And when it's even done shooting, you can come back and redo stuff.
And so for the record, on the set, are you gonna have just several different scenes? So that's the boathouse.
Yeah, so the way schedule's done. So where schedule's done. My first AD, who's like the first
AD,
assistant director.
All right, bro.
However,
be careful with these
I know.
acronyms,
The acronyms. I hate you. So you know what it is? Assistant director, but it's a misleading term because they're not actually my assistant. Yeah. A director's assistant is my assistant. But an assistant director is almost like...
They couldn't just give them a whole nother name.
It's almost like the person who's in charge of logistics. So they take that away from the director. So they're in charge of time, right? They're in charge of the schedule. On set, they can tell whoever they want off. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Because it's up to them to make sure we get all these shots. And they'll talk to the director and say, bro, I'm not going to lie, you can't get these shots, bro. There's not enough time in it. Because they'll speak to someone like Dolla who say there's no more bread. You know what I mean? So we can't go over time. Yeah. We can't do this. We can't get this. But they'll enforce it while we're shooting. Okay. But anyway, I don't want to lose my point. First AD, what was I saying?
Back to LA, the guy,
let's go back to that. So
changing point.
I'm like in the studio now.
The guy from Europe.
I'm seeing him light a set for the first time. So the things I'm doing now.
As part of the course.
Yeah, as part of the conference. So he's lighting a set, teaching us how to light a set, living room built. So here's the light, camera, and that. I was gas, boy. That's good value, and I went up to him after, and I'm like, yo, listen, the majority of my brethren are in jail right now. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not really. Do you know what I'm saying to you? I don't. Do you get it? Like, I don't really. I'm quite a one-man band. I could pack up in London. I don't need to be there. Like, you feel me? I can move to LA. He goes to me
help.
To just to be there. I want to be a DOP.
Part of this, yeah.
That's why I went there. I want to be a DOP. I want to shoot stuff. I'm shooting stuff in London. Here's my stuff. I want to do it in LA. But anyway, he was like to me, London's the film hub of Europe.
Okay.
You don't need to move to LA. He's like, apply for film school in London and take it from there. I'll go back to my hotel.
Who gave you this advice? The guy from
Carl Walter Lindenlaw, the DOP.
You still in touch with him?
Nah, fam. You know what? I'm going to email him. I'm going to email him and show him what his advice has done for me, bro. You're right. Because I did try it as I was in film school, but now it's a different sort of testimony in it.
Probably seen your name about as well.
But because of him, I went film school. I Googled film school in London. Yep. London Film School came up on Google. And
how long is film school? Just
2 years. 2-year masters.
Is it difficult to get into?
Bro, just put it this way. 9,000 people apply every term and you get 30 students. Yeah, you get 30 students. And the course fees are like 59 grand. Like, it's a very prestigious.
Let's talk through this.
London Film School's top 5.
Let's talk through this. So
no, London Film School's top 10 best film schools in the world.
So wait, hold on. Let's talk through this. You getting in, God's grace.
But amen. That's it. That's only God, bro. Because I apply now.
Yeah. Do you have to audition? How does that work?
No, you go for an interview. I went for the interview. The discussion was like this. I was just talking to them, and they loved me, and you're vibing. Yeah. And I remember I was on the way home. I was in Maze Hill on the southeastern train, and then they called me straight that same day. Like,
same day.
We won you in the school, boy. What? I was like, wow.
No,
and I was getting gassed.
Did you pray before?
Bro, I've been praying since I was 14, bro. Like, my mom's always raised me that way, but you get me, like, by this point, obviously, I'm close with God. So anyway, I'm in, boom, boom. But then it's 59 grand for the course fees. I'm like, I ain't got 59 bags. Then they're like, apply for this thing.
Like a bursary.
Bursary from the creative skill set. Yeah. They pay off 75% of the course fees.
But you have to deal with the other.
And you deal with the rest. But that's why I moved to Vodafone in Oxford Street to pay off the rest. Sick. So obviously I was doing that. And
so I think there's probably a number of people though that are sitting there going, I've applied, I can't get in. I've applied. Are there alternatives though? Is that a okay? Majority of people. Okay, is that a roadblock though? Without it,
it used to be because guess what? We just executive 5 short films.
Exactly.
4 of those people ain't been to film school. Okay. They've got agents now. Okay. They've got the TV shows commissioned now. They're first and second time filmmakers,
so it can happen.
They've blown.
Okay.
Yeah, some of these people had
I've been to film school. Okay. Do you get what I'm saying?
So you don't need film school though.
You need film school, but I've been to film school, so they don't need to go.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying to you? What's the point? I could teach them.
But are there alternative courses that they can kind of learn similar?
There's no one way to do what I do. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's very mystical. You can't try and use logic to make sense of being a film director. It's almost a calling. If God wants you to make films, he'll make it so. You can't choose to be one.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many.
Thank you very much. Especially from ends. Name me one more.
Especially from ends, bro. Bro, I can't name you one in history, bro. Other than the big boy, like the Spielbergs, like all the brothers you named.
Look, we have to pay homage to Rap Man. Does his thing. He's from Deptford.
Is that what he is? Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Deptford. He's a director, bro.
No, I didn't know. So I didn't know. I know he's from the ends, but I didn't know he was a director. I just thought he was. Yeah, that's what I mean. Again, I don't really know what that really means. Okay, yeah.
So let me tell you what a director is. Yeah.
Are you got a relationship with him?
Yeah, I know Rap. So that's my brethren.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's my brethren. So a director, right? So in film
and TV or
in TV, in film and TV, all right, thank you. In film and TV, the hierarchy is like is the system of it is almost based on the army. So you have a hierarchy. It goes down. The message goes down until you got 400 people around just doing stuff. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But what you have
I'm trying to be one of them 400, man. I'm trying to get on
but you know
Avengers set or something.
Okay, you know what? You watch ball, right? You watch football?
Yeah.
All right, let me break it down to you. There's
a director behind that?
No, I'm going to give you an analogy.
Okay.
Right? So in football, the director would be Alex Ferguson.
Okay. You love it, man. You didn't go Manchester.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you
didn't want to say Ollie, but it's okay.
I don't really care about Ollie and them, man. Allow it. Don't do this, bro. Don't do this.
It's okay.
Let's go back to the glory days. The director is Alex Ferguson, and then the producer will be David Gill.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? So, because Alex Ferguson...
What does the producer do, though? What's their role?
The business end.
Okay, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's what Dolla does.
Similar,
You know what I mean? So, I'm the creative lead.
Because you always see executive producer.
So let me tell you what an executive producer is. So a producer is the person who's on set with the director, making sense of his creative decisions and making the business sense of it.
Do they make decisions?
Of course. The producer is a head honcho on set. So a producer and a director is like 50-50.
Yeah. So that's
depending on who it is.
Yeah. So you see how I met Jay-Z recently. I don't know if you know.
I don't know. Yeah.
So he was an executive producer on The Harder They Fall, right?
Yes.
And that guy, The Bullets.
Yeah. James Samuel.
James Samuel is the director, right?
Correct.
Okay. So he would have been on set making decisions about the film.
Not necessarily.
Creative process.
Not necessarily.
Because an executive producer can fall into different categories. You could be an executive producer just because you financed the whole thing.
Or because you're famous.
Yeah.
And you're bringing commercial value to the project.
Okay, you get it?
To get you on the project.
So it's a bit of
we'll give you an exec credit.
Not really one box for them.
No, but the simplicity of it is an executive producer brings commercial value to the project. It's not just about making it.
Yeah.
It's about commercial value, which is bringing money to make it, which is about distributing it, which is about marketing it, which is about whatever commercial value you bring. That's why I'm an executive producer, because I use all my connections
as well as
a director and writer, because I use all my connections to pattern these five. Do you get what I'm saying to you? He's an executive producer because he's concerned with the business aspect of everything going on. You'll go to one of the directors and say, big man, we can't get that because we can't afford it. So what are we saying? But
do you suggest alternatives?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's times where I can.
That's why you have to
have my own creative input, and I can say, look, how about this? Or we've had funny stories with just the fact where I will call man up and say, have you read this script? That
how the hell are we gonna do
that's
this?
Not happening.
Okay. So basically, do you know what? So if I was just to put this in layman's, like just draw it all the way back to simplicity, you got the creative vision. That kind of artistry side.
If I'm directing the film, but I'm an exec as well, so not for these short films.
Okay,
as
but then I'm just talking about director role,
yes.
and then the exec is responsible for making it, bringing it together.
The producer is.
The producer's the one that...
Executive producer. Oh, no. Non-producer.
The normal producer is responsible for bringing it together.
Okay.
But the executive producer is the person who sits between the financiers and the distribution and the producer. So the producer responds to the exec. Do you get what I'm saying to you? The producer knows how to put everything together, but the person who brings the money that the producer asks for is the exec. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying to you? So me and Dolla are execs because we own DBK Studios.
Yeah.
So we're talking to Sky. We're talking to BET. We're talking to these people, but we're facilitating and leveraging for these people to make a film.
And then producer. So to be honest, like I feel you have a good relationship with your producer. If you have a great relationship with your producer, then everything runs smoothly. Yeah. Like a producer that's worked on our films, you know, she can call me and say, Dolla.
Danielle Goff, let's give her a plug.
Danielle Goff, she's amazing.
Take your hat off, love.
Yeah. Danielle can call me and say, and I can say, well, whether we have the money or we don't have the money to do that, and she's so great with it. She can sit with the director and come up with something creative where we're not spending nowhere near as much money as we would have.
Which is brilliant because can I just intercept there?
She fixes a lot of problems basically
before it gets to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So she is, look, the producer's a boss on the set, don't get me wrong. It's not like there's some send out. They're not. They're a boss.
Did she go film school?
Yes, she went to the best film school in the UK. She went to NFTS.
The very best.
You know, she's 27. There's a 27-year-old, she's from Wimbledon, local girl. Like, it's not like we're going for heavy hitters. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wimbledon, It's not a hard upbringing, though, is it?
Parts of it is.
Parts of it is.
There's blocks there still, like Roehampton.
Oh yeah, Roehampton.
You get me? There's blocks there still. But Roehampton's 5 minutes from Wimbledon.
Yeah, true. Let's stand.
And she's actually from Mitcham. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay,
She's working class, this girl.
Okay,
but she's good at what she does, isn't it?
She's amazing.
She's an amazing woman.
Real talk. Like she pulls a rabbit out of a hat all the time, and like I feel like with a producer. I feel like with a producer as well, you've got to have a phone book the size of an encyclopedia.
Yeah, you need to know people.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Just to make it happen. Okay.
But that's it. So that's the mechanisms of a film set.
Yeah.
Like the film unit, which is the people that make the film. The heads of that unit is the director and producer. But there's people that oversee the unit, which is the execs, to make sure that the director and producer have everything they need to do the best job.
Okay.
Which is what we've done on the short films that have gone on Sky. Like, if you ask Dolla, I was in South Africa shooting Noughts and Crosses. So Dolla had the final say.
Okay, on the business
side. Like, he becomes Koby. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And in essence, I still have to speak to these directors while I'm on set, while I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, of course.
About making, because they're first and second time filmmakers. So I'm mentoring them as well as filmmakers. You get what I'm saying?
All right, so you're gone film school. What's your first production?
So there's
I'm talking about your first ever. I'm not talking about your first known. Your first
as
ever.
a director.
Yeah.
It's Deborah's Letter, which is a documentary about my little sister, because my little sister was born with spina bifida, which is Latin for a hole in your spine. So essentially, she's a wheelchair user, and below her waist, she can't feel her legs. You know, she can't, and all of that. So I thought that's a massive part of my life. Like, it shaped my life. You feel me? I remember being in Ghana, 7 years old. My mum goes to me, "You don't need to believe in God. Just watch your little sister as a testimony to believe in God in it." And God has only ever defied logic with this girl, bro. Like, Bexy Grammar and Welling got £10 million sterling just because they let this girl in the school, fam. To revamp the whole school. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? To revamp the whole school. So, wait, where am I going with this, man? I keep losing my point.
Your first. Yes,
yeah, no, I was just going off into
a tangent. No, I'll keep it. No, so that's my job still. But so that's your first production.
Yeah. Deborah's
Letter. Yeah. So obviously
is that available to people?
Yes, on Vimeo. So it's like, because it was such a close topic to me. Yeah, that was the best film to start with, because that's the best way to learn how to tell films. Because you see me, I'm like, yeah, boy, we need to get her teachers in. This person she chats to.
Everything like
no, not actors. It was just normal people in my life, and it was just a little crappy camera, and it was crap. Like, visually, it's not great, but the story is what I learned from that. You know what I'm saying to you? It's like something that I know inside out. I made all this thing. I said, these people need to be in it. Then we screened it. And I remember my documentary tutor goes to me, "Koby, you've shot all this stuff, but this film is not all about these people. It's about the family around Deborah and your relationship with God." And I was like, "Oh, rah." So I took out the teachers, took out this, took out that, and I made that doc, bro. After I made Deborah's Letter, I was like, bruv, I thought I was a DOP, but I think I'm a director, you know. You know, I was there, and I was on the fence. Then, while I was at film school, one of our friends in our area lost his life, unfortunately. And I remember I was at film school that day, and I was kind of like, wow, like, I didn't even think this stuff still happens. And so I left, and I went to the memorial service or whatever. And I remember that day in film school, people were choosing what to do next term, directing or whatever. They left me with sound. Dickhead thing. I'm like, what? Do you know what I mean? Well, no one cares that my boy got murdered.
Who determined that?
You know what it is? It's picking. It's democratic. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not there to fight my corner or say anything. And then there's like, this is what's left.
Sound, you know.
So what I did is I did the sound. Humble yourself before God. He himself will exalt you. It's the word of God. I took the sound thing, and I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna raise money and make a short film as a director. I love directing. I want to explore it one more time. I made a short film called Closure, which is still on YouTube to watch. This is 2015. Dolla was on set. Yeah. That's the one that Dolla stole the clapperboard from me, and he tried to do it with every film, but after that I just blocked him. Boy. You're not taking this, bro. You're not taking my clapperboard. But yeah, we made Closure, brilliant film. I met actress Adelayo Adedayo on there, who's one of my closest friends today. Brilliant girl. Do you know what I mean? I raised 6K online to make that, and I directed, and I said to myself,
how did you raise it?
Kickstarter. It's a crowdfunding website.
Okay.
Yeah, and bro, from then, this is 2015.
And you just tell them what your vision is.
And just do a page on this, the actors, this is the vision, this is what we're trying to do. That's like a presentation of your aims.
And they then recoup based on how the world of film
They don't
does?
recoup anything. It's
They
donations.
just give it to you.
It's free money.
And
It's not easy because
of course.
you have to reach people to give you bread, bro.
And do they get recognition?
They get like a special thanks, and there's different kinks to it.
I just wanted to like
Kickstarter.com. You can go on there, you can
yeah.
read all about it, but it's basically a place where you can raise money specific for films. There's a community of people already looking for projects to donate to, but then there's also your network. You're giving them a hub to support you.
Okay.
And it's not just about the money, it's also about building the audience for the film before it even goes out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So anyway, we've done that, and yeah, it went well, man. And after that, I was still in film school. Because I was doing sound, I didn't have to do as much as everyone else. I had time to make another film before I graduate with another film, which I shot in Ghana.
Okay. So, do you know what? Because obviously you've done a number of projects, right? We don't need to kind of cover all of them, but what would you say, how do you go about kind of bridging that gap from making YouTube films, making Vimeo films to working with Sky Studios, Netflix? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know what I'm saying? That,
when he puts it like that.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, think about it. Like, you're going like, I'm just recording off like, bro, you literally said yourself it's dead, bro. I just did a video, and then you've gone to now you've got all these partnerships. You've got BBC, bro. Then people taking everyone's TV license.
You know what? It's simple. Can I just say how simple it is? Yeah, there's something that Crep said in one of his tunes. I think it was Letter to Cadet, and he said to them like, you got to hit them again and again and again. It's that simple,
consistency.
Bro. Because when you have faith, you're just gonna keep doing it, and the more times you do it, bro. Let me run down my filmography right from scratch. So 2014, I make Deborah's Letter, the documentary, a film school exercise. Right, 2015, these guys tried to X me, so I raised 6K and I make Closure, my first short film as a director. Right. Then 2016, I go to Ghana and I shoot House Girl because now I know how to make films. I'm taking that risk in Ghana now. I haven't been there in 18 years, but I'm going to go there and take that risk. So I make House Girl. After House Girl, I meet a guy called Tim Bevan, who, funny enough, he's the most successful film producer in the UK. Guessed his email address, called me in for a meet and gave me advice. Guessed it.
Nah, stop.
We'll
we ain't about to just glance over that, bro.
We'll come back to it.
What kind of code cracking is that, bro?
It's the computer savvy, but we'll come back to it. So obviously guessed it or whatever. I keep losing my train of thought.
No, go on. So you're talking about your
yeah, cool. So I do that or whatever. Then he helps me. I make House Girl. Then after that, I'm working full time at Net-a-Porter in Charlton. You know what I'm saying to you, trying to get some P's or whatever. And then I quit my job. I'm like, look, I finished film school. I've made House Girl. I think it's sick. I'm not working no more. Do you know what I mean? I'm broke for like a year and a half. Then an idea comes to me called Haircut, which changed my life. And it's funny enough.
That's award winning, right?
It was BAFTA long listed, so it was one step from BAFTA nomination.
Okay. Right,
and that was in 2018. So that's my third film. So I've done Deborah's Letter, Closure, House Girl, Haircut. Right. So that's 4 short films, right?
Okay, so that Haircut one, yeah.
Yeah. That was shot in Woolwich.
Is it just volunteers? How are you paying the people?
No. So I did it with a scheme called Film London. They're a government body who give money for like talent they believe in to make a film, but they only gave us 7 bags, and we had to go and look for further investment to get our budget of 15. We only got 14 and a half. So
is that realistic to make a film? 15 bags?
It's not, but I did it. And that is one of my specialities. Like I do things
on a budget,
and it looks good. Yeah, that's why I've been employable for a long time. To get on, I don't complain about money. I just get it done because I came from 14K shooting in 2 days. I'm not gonna complain.
It's a bit of a niche. It's a bit of a niche.
Do you know what I mean? Like
it's a bit of a niche, isn't it? Because I don't even want to know what them.
No, but we come from deficit, bro. We come from a lack of privilege, so we can survive in that without blinking. Do you see what I'm saying?
I swear some of these other productions are like millions, bro, millions, bro. Like, I'm talking about like
I'll put it
the
in
Hollywood
context
productions sometimes are like millions.
$2-3 million is low budget in the film industry.
Yeah.
Mid budget is 10-15 million. High budget starts from 25 plus.
And you done a film on 15
grand.
Yeah,
it wasn't mil, it was grand.
I might just do a movie on me one day. I'm gonna show you.
I
might do one on me, bro. That's cool.
But yeah, so that's my filmography. And then after Haircut, which is my 4th short, 3 months later, I'm in South Africa doing a BBC One show. How about that?
Okay, but how did that?
No, but that's what I'm saying. You hit them again and again and again.
Yeah, but bro, there's got to be, what is it, a call? Is it a letter? What, an email?
That's an email.
You know what I'm saying? What happened, bro?
What? After Haircut was the massive turning point for me, innit? Like, after I made that film and it come out, I signed with Independent Talent. That's the biggest agency in the UK. Ashley Waters, Eve, Piers Brosnan.
Oh, everyone's under that.
Everyone's independent. That's the the creme de la creme. I got an agent from there. Then I got onto this list called Stars of Tomorrow, right? Which is basically everyone that goes on that list. Well, most people that go on that list go on to blow. We're talking Michaela Cole, John Boyega,
how did you get on there though? Is it?
They just find you in it. They love.
Oh, they came to you.
Yeah, because Haircut done this thing. So they're like, okay, we love Haircut, we love House Girl.
How did they reach out?
They just emailed me. We just love you, and we love your films. And we want you to be on the list.
I'm literally trying to understand how they know who you are.
Because of Haircut.
No, but like your contact information, Insta, what is it?
Bro, they find it, bro.
Oh,
the industry will find you, especially because I made the film with Film London. They might go to Film London.
Okay. They bridged it. Okay.
They bridged it. Like they're screen daily. Like, bro, John. But look at the names I'm saying.
Big
Benedict Cumberbatch. He's an Oscar winner, bro. So obviously they choose filmmakers and actors every year to say these are the next best thing. That's why it's called Stars of Tomorrow.
And they put you into that.
They put me on that 2018. So obviously my profile's gone like overnight. You see what I'm saying? And then
not overnight though.
You know what I mean, though. Like in terms of the impact.
I don't.
Not the work.
People get confused.
I know they do.
You know what I'm saying, like, bro? Because this ain't overnight, bro. This is at least at this point we're talking 7, 8 years.
One day I'm sleeping and I'm whatever. The next day everyone cares.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying to you? Like it's literally there was no transition.
Yeah, I feel
like it was literally I sleep one day and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Then I wake up the next day and everyone fucking cares.
Yeah, no,
Excuse, can you bleep that? Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that for me was Noughts and Crosses. I had an agent, so obviously they've gone to my agent, and I'm shadowing on Topboy these times, right? Because again,
Season 1.
what? Yeah, and guess what? I guessed the executive producer's email address.
Okay, stop with this guessing.
I
Okay,
guessed
bro,
it.
you have to clarify what's
Let me
going
tell you
on.
what guessing is. Let me tell you. Let me clarify.
See, this first guy, the Bevan.
Yeah, Tim Bevan.
So,
bro, this is the biggest guy in the sport.
So for example, you knew who he was.
Yes.
And you thought, okay, I want to reach out to him.
Yes. So shall I tell you what I did?
But can we just process that? You can't just overlook that move, bro. You get, but you, I'm saying you're playing it down, bro.
I hear you,
How many? It's like literally me sitting down going, you know what? I'm gonna email 50 people that I think can benefit my career.
Do you know why you're nuts?
And
shall I say why you're nuts?
And then I'm gonna guess their email.
But can I just say something? What you just said is exactly what I did. So a friend of mine from film school worked at a company, right? And he had this Excel sheet of all the top producers in the UK and their email addresses. So you know what I did? Well, I was looking for mentors for my graduation term. I emailed everybody on that list. There was 100 people. And guess what? Yeah. The 2 biggest producers on that list, I sent these emails at 3 a.m.
Canned response, yeah?
But by 3 a.m., by 11 a.m., they hit me back. Tim Bevan goes, fixing the point with my assistant, X.
Wow.
And then I met him.
Just to clarify, though. You were just doing name.surname at Gmail.
So I go and work. I go on their company and I look at the email format and then I just use their name and add it to that format. And 9 times out of 10 it's gonna bust.
And obviously sometimes it rejects. So you know you have to go again.
Of course it does,
bro. No, that's cold.
Of course it does.
That's cold.
You
bro.
just you know what, bro?
Can I be honest? You know I might just lock this thing off here because that is cold. That is cold.
Can I be honest with you? I'm not gonna go into full detail, but we always do all kinds of stuff for money. Yeah. And can I be honest with you? That ethos comes from that. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
Growth.
The days when
that's what it is, bro.
Days when I had to crack how to make peas, even whether it was, Lidge or not. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And because of that persistence, and that it's called cognitive intuity. What you're not gonna do is, let's just say you're gonna walk to this door and you press a button, expecting it to open. If you keep pressing that button, you're stupid. Keep doing things until you get a difference. Keep doing things until you get a result.
Cold. I like
and
that.
Eventually, there's progress with that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, that's it. So, boom, haircut. 3 months later.
So Tim Bevan come back to you. Who else?
And then Rosie Allison from Heyday Films. So Rosie Allison was the executive producer on Harry Potter. She's the executive producer on
Harry P.
On Padlet and Bear. Do you know what I mean? Like you get
these are 30s, bro.
Yeah,
these
bro.
are like
Tim Bevan. Shall I tell you what Tim Bevan's done, bro? What? By the way, full disclosure, we're in the middle of some business with them. I can't say exactly what it is. Yeah. But DBK Studios are doing business with Work Untitled, which is the company Tim Bevan owns and is the CEO of. So they've done Bridget Jones's Diaries.
So he's
Mr.
maintained
Bean.
it. So you have to shout this brother out.
Okay, Tim Bevan is my main mentor.
Yeah,
Let me give it to you now.
You got to rate him though.
For the past,
he didn't have to reply.
He didn't have to.
2, he didn't have to follow up with whatever.
And give me advice. It's his advice that's led me thus far. Like, look, Tim Bevan, and Working Title and Eric Fellner, their outfit for the past 12 years has grossed 4.6 billion at box office globally in the last 12 years. Mad. Bro, Bridget Jones's Diaries, Mr. Bean. Jeez. Do you know what I mean? Ali G in the house.
Jeez, you just hear about
all the UK slangers are Working Title. And Eric Fellner, Tim Bevan are the CEO. And guess what? Now we got to deal with them. now all the TV shows that DBK have, commissioned with Sky, Tim Bevan and Eric Fellner are executive producers. You're gonna see the name as on the credits.
Six.
So life comes full circle. You get what I'm saying to you? Like, he gave me advice. I listened to it. Not only is my career gone off, but I've got a whole ecosystem.
And he's benefited as well.
Exactly. Because look, at the end of the day, anyway, let me not talk too much.
No, that's cool. No, bro.
We all benefit. I benefit from
It's a
Tim
beautiful
Bevan
story,
massively.
bro. But you can tell there's the blessings are in abundance
in
here,
abundance, by God's grace,
man. Let's get into tell us just, you know what? Because I don't want people to think this is rosy. So I do want to hear or understand some of the challenges, especially like in the UK. Like, what have you faced? Going into this industry, whether it's TV, film, just some of the challenges. Not to be many, just a couple. Yeah,
Imposter syndrome.
Okay,
do you know what I mean?
And did you not
racism.
Should I tell people what that is, or you got it?
You can do it.
So imposter syndrome is where you basically get a gig, a role, a job, whatever it may be, and you feel like you don't belong. You don't feel like you're good enough. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, they may be blessed, and they just may be the best. Often they are. They're the best for the job, but they feel like they don't belong there because of other people's backgrounds, or they're looking at people around them. They're thinking,
and you're the other. It's like look, when I did Noughts and Crosses,
could be a demographic.
It's a BBC One drama, 9 p.m. I'm 28, bro.
Yeah.
We're still wearing a do-rag and sliders.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying to you? And I'm going to South Africa, a country I ain't never been to before, and I didn't go to Johannesburg, which is Black Excellence. I went to Cape Town, which is at the Sunken Place.
Is it?
You see what I'm saying to you? Bro, don't get me wrong, I love Cape Town.
I need to visit South Africa.
It's a brilliant place, but it's a sunken place. And you're getting there and it's like, okay, cool, I'm on set, everyone's walking past me. Then the producer will go, meet Koby, our Block 2 director. Then they'll double take, like,
confused.
Oh, you're the director? Yeah.
So
then their body language just changes and it stays that way for the rest of the time.
It's still heavy.
But before they found out who I was, the treatment towards me was like, I'm going to go and get them water.
No, but it's like that. I'll tell you one thing. I don't even think it's just down to Cape Town. That I feel like on film set, it's like
they don't expect you to be that guy.
Sometimes it's like you just have to state your title for everyone to.
But not even. I think, you know what? One thing I like about Dolla and other people in Dolla's position is you can just tell by the body language. You can just tell by the decisions they're making.
They're not here to.
This ain't the guy you're taking the piss out. You know what I mean? Like, this is.
He's like, you can tell.
You see the thing. Let me tell you why I like Dolla. Let me tell you why I like Dolla. Yeah, me and Dolla have a shorthand, right? I'll have an instinct that I'm thinking, okay, I'm the bad guy. I'm not gonna say anything. Dolla will call me and say, bro, we need to pattern this. That's exactly what I was thinking. Do you get what I'm saying? But because he's a nice guy, nobody's gonna see Dolla as any kind of anything, but he's very direct. So you see anyone under DBK or working with DBK or whatever, if Dolla's calling you, you know it's business time. This ain't about emotions. This ain't about any of that. It's about crunch time. You either leave us or you stay. And we need to figure out what that looks like. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a blessing in itself.
Okay. And what about like challenges in the come up though for people that are trying?
Money, imposter syndrome.
Like raising money?
Raising bread. Where are you getting peace from, bro?
Spending the money. Everything is all in one.
It's divination. You see, investment and getting money to make projects, people think there's some logic behind it. It's when God is good and ready for things to be made is when you get money. And when you align yourself with a purpose, this is what I'm saying to you, whether it is for God or the devil, bro, there's no middle ground. I can't lie to you. Like, you either get a purpose spiritually and money comes as a result, but people look at it too logically. That's what I'm saying, live by faith, not by sight, bro. Do you see what I'm saying to you? People don't understand that, bro, in this world, everything that's made is either pushed by God or the devil. There's no middle ground in it, and that's where the money comes from. So you either have good or bad money. There's no mediocre money in this thing. And I'll tell you right now, DBK Studios is doing the work of God, bro. You get what I'm saying to you? Hence why you're seeing the progress as quick as you do.
Yeah, I feel you. What are some of like the best resources or advice you've received? Obviously, you've mentioned a couple names, but tell us like the key things that have like, you know what, this has helped shape who I am as a director today.
Wow. Everything, everybody I've worked with.
Combined. But
London Film School, let's start there.
Okay, London Film School.
But Brunel, look, can I be honest
Brunel,
with
you go back there, yeah?
The type of director I am, right, when you watch my films, are all socio-economic dramas. They're all about communities. They're all about people. Do you know what I mean? They're all about nuclear families or not. They're all about single parents. We're exploring society. And I study sociology, bro. That's not a coincidence. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
It's playing a part, bro. It's playing a part.
I thought sociology was useless, only to find out that was gonna put me in my own lane in the industry. Because do you know what I'm doing? I've got the toolkit to make the best films visually and technically. I've got the first-hand experience of where I'm from and the people that I know. This is what I'm saying to you, and I can cook those both together.
Yeah. Okay.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Like, no one can... You see the value of my films and content people watch and say, like, bro, like, I feel like I was there. It felt real. I didn't have to... Whether I know this world or not, I didn't have to question it. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And you know what? That trio of things that I just mentioned is only God that can align those three things.
Okay. No,
Facts. Who else from Ends has been to film school? Top 10 best in the world. Name me one.
You're about to ask me that because you know the answer.
No, but you get what I'm saying?
I'm like, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's only a blessing from God, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That is 100%.
So, yeah, man.
But yeah, bro. So yeah, just on that. So we're talking about Brunel and like university. Like, do you genuinely believe people? Because you know what, obviously, coming from a minority black people background, obviously this is everyone. But you know, it's instilled in us that you kind of have to study. You have to be kind of go university. Do you believe that you need a degree to make it in this space?
Bro, in this life, you don't need anything, bro. Like,
Okay.
I think, you know what, one of the biggest hindrance to life is people don't understand logic is a reference. You're not supposed to worship it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying to you? There's a million different ways to skin a cat. Do you get? And I think that I've been to film school and I see the value in it. You feel me? I'm very well educated and I see the value in that. However, Dolla ain't got a film school degree.
Yeah. But he knows the thing now.
With Sky. You know what I'm saying to you? With, again, all the companies we can name on the list, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And I think
so you're learning from experience, right?
Yeah, for me, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. It's like, you look at certain things, like Koby going film school, and you can look at it and think, rah, I can benefit from that, but how can I benefit from that? Right? You now find yourself in a position where you see, you see where you fit in, you see in your lane, and you know, okay, I can work with it. But guess what? I don't know the same thing everyone else, but I've got a source here.
Yeah,
I've got a source where I can knock, I can call out my man and say, brother, what do you think about this? Like, what has your knowledge told you that is the right way to go about this? If we've got an idea, how do we get that out? Yeah. Well, from the film side, it's this, but business-wise, you got to look, okay, I know where we're going.
Well, he doesn't need to go film school.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but why would he need to go there?
And you actually, so can you kind of just quickly just on how you got involved with Koby? Like, how did that work?
Thing is, I'm a guy that I kind of like the people that I know more so and who I can just always interact with. So he's someone that's always been about. We've always, if he says I'm doing something, all right, cool, everyone pull up,
supporting, bro.
Let's
Dolla's
go.
always been there, bro.
We're always supporting, but it's a thing of us as all brethren. Like, there's a couple other man, them like we're all brethren, and if it's like anyone's doing anything, pull up.
That's
we're
it.
there.
It's just out of love as well.
Yeah, you don't want. There's nothing. There's no. Yeah, you're not trying to get nothing out of it.
Because when I made Closure and Dollars on set stealing capitals, no one cares about Closure, bro. We shot down Danton Park, mate, in Welling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying to you?
And the thing is, so we just go pull up, and whether it's a vibe or whatnot, we just, like I said, if you need someone to go shop, one of the man them are gonna go. That's it. All of this is gonna happen. But it's supporting in any way you can. So without even knowing it,
you're involved.
You're involved, and you've been on everything, and you're picking up little things from just being about and helping one of the man them. Okay. Now, there's other people that, we've kicked it with. They're also involved in one capacity or another, but it all stemmed from, okay, out of all the man them, someone's got to go and actually get the knowledge. Yeah. My man's got the knowledge.
Because what he's got is the fact that I trust Dolla inside out, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I know for a fact that I can go to bed at night.
Yeah.
For a start.
You know what I mean? But did it get when was it formal though?
No, so I'll say it was you needed some help with something at the beginning. I was like, I got the time. Like, can we look at this and we do this? And then it just kind of snowballed into Whoa.
Now, I actually remember the convo though. I called Dolla because Dolla's always shown it. Again, Dolla's a businessman. Yeah. Just full stop. He works in HR currently. He's a people person. He knows how to resolve things very amicably. I remember I was going to South Africa and we're dealing with a producer, right, who works for us that I didn't trust and was making.
And it's a BBC, yeah.
This is a Sky thing, the Sky short film thing, and I felt to myself, bro, like. Actually, this is before he even came on board. That's live.
South Africa's played a big part in your career, innit?
Yeah, it has.
In terms of like where you've shot a few things there.
It's the same thing. It's Noughts and Crosses. It's just all BBC.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Sky.
No, Sky is what we shot in the UK. So Sky gave us 125 grand. They gave DBK Studios 125k to produce 5 shorts for Black writer directors.
Okay.
Right, and then with Dolla, I called him up because it's kind of like I need to build my team on trust. Do I trust? Do you get what I'm saying to you? I'll leave my kids in his hands. Do you know what I mean? Like, he knows my family. I'll give him my house keys.
Only because you threw the number out. How do you... Because that's not your compensation though, is it? That 125. That's just...
No, that's to make it. Yeah. And then we manage that money. So I'm like, okay, this film gets this much. Or we say this film gets this much. This film gets this much. And then we've got this much left over to do this. It's just a budget that...
Just generally because... I know with film, actors, they get their money up from the jump. They're from
it just works in
different ways. Whereas the directors is at the back end.
Nah, not necessarily. On Topboy and Noughts and Crosses, I get paid weekly.
Yeah, it works differently.
Based on the episodes you do.
Nah, it's just a flat fee. That's how much I get paid every week.
Okay.
Depending on the production company, they have their way they pay. Just like any other company, they have.
But the reason why I'm asking this, for the record, I'm only asking. Obviously, I don't delve into man's money. It's more just how people understand how they
mechanisms is,
but how they finance and for example, how they determine their value, how they determine.
You choose your value. You can't determine your agent. You have to choose what your value is.
Or your agent will say.
You say but you say that.
No, it's the
fact.
But
how do you, bro? It's like if I'm, say for example, I just started playing football today, but I had no knowledge about other footballers' salaries. I can't just wake up in the morning and say, bro, give me $5 a week. I imagine I'm as good as Ronaldo.
But you can. This is the thing. It's depending on what you... Because there's people, for example, now, that I can call and say, you know what, we need a photographer to do the behind-the-scenes work.
Yeah.
One photographer can say, listen, it's $2 for the day.
Yeah.
And another photographer can turn around and say, 75 for the day. There's no.
I hear you, bro, but what I'm trying to get at is
how do you determine how much that is?
Yeah, bro. So because that person who's asking you for $5 could be worth 300 bags.
No, but guess what?
You know what I'm saying? So how do you know? How do you determine value?
Do you determine the value? Because there's 2 ways to go about this, right? Which both work, by the way, and they're opposites. The first way is go and find the info is accessible, bro. People like you.
Okay.
As long as you're a nice person.
You ask, because people don't really like discussing figures, but...
DBK Studios, I emulated everything I've experienced in the industry thus far. That's all it is.
Okay, so people are quite open.
They're very open.
Okay.
When you're a good person and you're not an opportunist.
They're not trying to...
Do you know what I'm saying to you? When you're good energy, bro, you get whatever information you need. Do you get what I'm saying? And I guess that's a lot of it. But also, there's the other side of the spectrum, do you see what I'm saying to you? Which is kind of like just, bro... humble yourself before God. If this is what they're offering you now, trust God. Take the L. While you're on that project, you will meet people that'll tell you the right way to go. But do you get what I'm saying to you? It's not about money. That's why it says live by faith, not by sight.
That can't be the driving factor.
It can't be the driving factor. Otherwise, you're screwed. You know when people say, oh yeah, this person sold his soul. The devil didn't come up to them burning in fire saying, give me your soul, and then gave them bread.
You sign a contract.
It's when you violate your own morals and values in order for money. Who wants to do that?
Yeah, I like that. That's cold.
Who wants to do that?
Yeah, I like that. You know, this is a little light-hearted one.
Let's do it.
Like just a favorite memory or like moment from, it could be from the Topboy set because I think that's real popular, or just another set where you're just like, you know, this is funny.
Bro, I love my job, man. I don't have a favorite memory. Favorite.
Okay, maybe not favorite. Just like, okay, but it's like give us a little back about a BTS, bro. A little behind the scenes, something that's happened that's funny.
I got too many.
So, bro, give us one, or that could come to your mind. There's something funny.
Alright, cool.
Something funny. Do from Topboy,
from Topboy, in episode 4. Okay, this is about to be a spoiler, but we shot some stuff by the canal in Hackney. Right, in the night time. So I'm not gonna say what happened.
I know a scene.
Exactly.
You're talking about. Yeah.
So that scene now, and then obviously someone jumps in water and then all of that kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Think of the logistics behind that. Is all I'm gonna say. Do you know what I mean? Like,
could they swim?
Yeah, they could swim, but that's the canal in Hackney, bro. That's
that
vermin infested.
Bro,
do you get what I'm saying?
Is it? Swear down.
Bro, I'm wearing white Air Forces like an idiot. Yeah. by the time I'm done, they look brown. Genuinely.
You went in?
No, bro. Just where the monitors are is on the grass. Yeah. So because it's by the canal, it's just sludge.
They actually got in there.
Yeah, do you have to, bro?
Bro, with their clothes, bro.
No, but you know what it is.
There's no stunt doubles for
that, bro.
You
know what it is. This is Topboy on Netflix, bro. You know that the risk assessment has been done times 40.
True.
Do you get it? Like it's locked off. You just know that this ain't gonna do anything to anybody. Yeah. And we had a stunt double.
Man said vermin infested, bro.
It was vermin infested.
Then,
we had a stunt double
okay.
who just dived in and done the majority of the work, and then the actual actor just had to do a little dip in and dip out. You get me? But it's just the logistics behind it was cracking me up, man. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Just their reaction or just
you know what? It's the crew, because you get like the health and safety guy. Yeah, he comes, he goes talking to the actor. He's like, look, you could get this disease, but you probably won't. Do you know what I mean? and then I'm like, and I'm looking at this brother. I'm like, bro, you're not convincing. And I've gone to this girl, to the actor already. I'm not gonna say her name, but I've gone to the actor already. I'm like, look, the stunt double's done the hard work. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And they themselves probably regret doing it. How can man say? You don't have to do this. Like, we've got enough footage. Okay. Do you want to do this? She's like, yeah, I want to do it. I was like, boom.
But hold on, man said you could get this disease, but you probably
He was just, you know what? I love that guy.
I love that
guy. The health and safety guy was actually one of my, you see me when I'm on set, I'm brethren of everyone. Yeah. So as he's doing this, I'm looking forward to grilling him after, because you're meant to make this girl feel better. But you're saying, oh, you could do this, but you probably won't. So basically saying none of this thing's going to happen, but you can't take responsibility if it does.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you see every word this guy's saying. My actor now is just deflating. I'm like, bro, just stop. You know what I mean? I know you're doing your job, but just park it. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's funny, man.
Because just on that though, you write scripts, yeah?
I'm a writer, director, executive.
Writing scripts is like probably like writing a book, if not so more so, because you have to literally every word. You're thinking about every word.
It's harder than writing a book, because you have to consider what not to say as well as what to say. Whereas in a book, you can tell it all. Okay. But visually.
How does that work though? How do you like? It's like having a conversation with yourself.
There's a science to it, you know what I mean? Filmmaking, there's an algebra to it. Like that's what people don't understand.
That you learn?
Yeah.
In film school
or on set. Okay. Dolla knows a lot of those principles. You can read it in books. You see what I'm saying? And it's just about someone knowing what the principles are, so you can steer people to go and research that, rather than this.
Once you get into it, you will see it's a strict way. Films are done. People don't stir away from it.
Any books you can call out?
Save the Cat. That's my book. That's a book. I swear by it. Save the Cat. I swear by it.
Britt Schneider. It's a brilliant book.
Absolutely amazing.
And what is that helps you in the film industry?
I would say, do you know what? It opens your mind. It opens your mind into the way writing is for film or TV. Mm-hmm. The things that captivate people, the magic behind it, and also the simplicity behind filmmaking, that people look at it as a very complicated thing, which it can be, don't get me wrong, but it's also very simple but you won't know it's very simple unless
it's clarified for you.
Reading this book, it clarifies it for you, and it'll give you an example how certain films are just the same. Yeah. They're just being retold through a different lens, over and over again. And then when you look at the examples,
you're
like this book, for example, will give you, you're like, oh, okay, it is actually the same thing. Okay.
But you can't tell.
So that's Save the Cat, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
Amazing book. And I would recommend anyone that's trying to get into writing, the film, just...
But just to add to what, Save the Cat is that book, that's written by a writer who's been through the industry, and saying that don't get zanged by the arty-farty stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's algebra to getting your stuff commissioned and seen. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I mean? So it almost makes the writer start thinking like a producer.
It's like it's like the blueprint, bro.
Thank you very much.
Very much so.
It's the blueprint. Okay.
Very much so.
But it's like, because you know what it is, a lot of people get burdened and, with this art form, I'm arty-farty, and that's great to go and learn the whole thing of writing, but you have to sell it. There's no point making the best thing in the world if no one's going to watch it.
Yeah, fact. Okay. All right. Another one. But if you could assemble, literally your dream cast, production team for a movie show, whether it's an actor, just a team, just name a couple, 3 people that you would just say, you know what, this would be amazing.
Dolla.
Okay.
Franco.
Okay. These are your peoples.
My people. Desi.
Bro, so you're not gonna say no Denzels.
Toss and Cole.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So he's not even like 100%. You're not even about to throw in like.
Bro. You know what it is? You need to understand that the UK right now is building those people, and I want to be a part of that. I'm not trying to be a part of what people have already exhausted. That's ridiculous. I look up to them, and I take reference from them, but we need to do the same with our people. We don't need to be jumping on bandwagons, bro.
That's dope. But you gotta rate Denzel, bro.
Denzel's my idol, bro.
Okay.
I don't have
I
any
just want to make sure. Yeah,
I don't have any idols.
I know
Denzel is the guy I look up to.
Yeah,
Martin Scorsese is the reason why I make films.
Is it? Yeah. So done.
A fact. Goodfellas, the best film I've watched in my life. I've watched it a million times.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
From an expert standpoint. Okay.
You get me? But you have to.
So your Avengers is your people in the ends.
100%, bro.
I love that.
I've known my managing director since I was 14. How about that?
Yeah, I love that.
Well, we've been doing, and the thing is, like I said, when we're in this film now, more time. The first thing we do is let's reach out to our community, see
who's there,
who can do what. Like a lot of people doing the arts on sets and everything, they're from ends.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like. And I'm a big believer in, you know what, let's try and build our own ecosystem.
100%. He's been doing that since we was teenagers.
Yeah, but I really believe it's something that, you know, it sounds so kumbaya-ish, but at the end of the day, I look at other communities doing the same thing. I'm thinking, do you know what? It takes Koby to go to film school. It takes somebody to say, right, okay, we're going to start this little thing here, which some people see it as little, some people see it as massive, depending on what side of the fence you're on. Right? We're going to start it here. We're going to start bringing people through. They're going to see that, okay, it's possible.
That's cool.
Bring more people through.
Facts. And then those people become mentors. You know what I mean? Then it becomes
there we go, and it kind of, it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Okay. What does success mean to you? If you just say, you know what?
Peace, man. You know what success is, yeah? Success is doing what you want to do and glorifying God while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, imagine
this. You're not putting no monetary values on that.
I'm not putting no monetary values, bro. Can I be honest?
I don't believe in that, you know.
Yeah. Any money that comes my way is what God thinks I need right now for what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking at peas. I'm looking at God.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who created money? What, you think he can't give it in abundance?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, why would you worship the thing rather than the person who made it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying to you? So for me, like, by focusing on God, I just realized that money is not my God anymore. God is my God, and he can make money happen. You get what I'm saying?
So I think you mentioned a few ways people in the industry could like raise some capital.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of
websites, yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to call out, just in terms of?
I want to shout out people like Your Cinema, right?
Okay.
Little Bounce Cinema as well. There's LaVille TV,
and these are all like
We Are Parable
to fund.
Nah, they're just organizations really just cultivate an ecosystem. Do you know what I mean? They get people off the street and connect them to people like us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? In a screening, you just do a network. And look, Jessica Mackay was one of those people that just came in and was doing something else. Now she's got a film on Sky.
Okay.
And she's 24.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? So those companies I just mentioned now are those people who have dedicated their time to get me to connecting. And those
again, that's another person that no film school, but who does she have as a mentor? She has Koby as a mentor, where she can
she don't need
tap
to go
into that film school knowledge.
Yeah, don't. I guess you mentioned Sky again, and what have you got any advice for like partnering with some of these brands? Whether it's the conversations around the business, or even just like brokering it, like interacting, reaching out to them, making that.
I didn't reach out to them. They reached
in
out
your
to
instance,
us.
but have you got advice for how maybe, for example, someone could, like,
based on now you're in? Because let me tell you how I got in the Sky, right? So I found that information. That's why I still just stuff spiritual, bro. Like it's not logical. You can't do it on the timeline.
It's not.
I've gone in and with the execs while I'm working on Noughts and Crosses, asking loads of questions like, how does the TV back end work? Like, what is the
BBC,
business?
Right?
Yeah, where's the Noughts and Crosses? Right?
Oh yeah.
So it's like, how does the business side work? Like, I'm asking bare questions. Then lockdown happens. I'm meant to do Topboy in April. They push it back because of lockdown, and I'm not doing nothing. I'm like, right, okay, I've blown all my peas now. I'm an idiot. You know what I'm saying to you? I ain't really budgeted. I'm losing my mind. But what I then realize is that, you know, I keep losing my train of thought, man. What am I even saying?
We're talking about
I'm gonna get
meeting with Sky.
Yeah, cool. I'm minding my business now. Yeah, Black Lives Matter happens as well during lockdown, so the world is literally just turned on its head.
Yeah,
right. And then there's a friend of mine, Jerome Buck and Nelson, brilliant guy. He's a writer. He's killing it right now. He's getting green lights all over the gaff in America, UK, you name it. Black guy from Edmonton. He comes to me and says, "Now look, the head of Sky Drama, Cameron Roach, is doing a meeting for like black filmmakers killing it right now. I've got like a list there, like 8-9 people. What can I slap you on there? I was like, of course. Slaps me on there, meet Cameron Roach. He's just asking, look, there's been a lot of bad practice in the industry. Just tell me about it. Like, let's talk about it. Let's see how we can fix things. We do that. We do a group thing, finish. He's like, let's set up individual meetings. I send him an email with a proposal for the short film scheme that we've done, but also for a TV show that I want to do. Met up with him. They're like, what do you want? This is brilliant. This short film schemes are exactly what we want to get. What do you want? Do you want money? Do you want to put it on TV? What do you want? But guess what? I couldn't have made that happen myself. Yeah. So I can't go to somebody and say, this is how you do it, because it's divination.
Yeah, I feel you.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? God literally just dropped it on my lap.
I think it's a lot of hard work.
It is, but you underplay.
But you underplay.
You need
the
both.
Hard work.
You need both. They need to come together. They need to come together.
Like, and I also think it's staying prepared.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times where, do you know what? You just have to be prepared. Once that moment comes, you're there and ready.
Yeah, the same.
Like I think, I think there's even the 5 producers, the 5 directors and writers that we've got. It was just a situation of they're prepared.
Facts.
So my advice would be to anyone is, if you're a writer, if you're a director, just even if you know there's nothing coming of it, just keep practicing your craft. Keep practicing your craft. If you're a writer, have your scripts ready, where you can, if an opportunity like the unearthed narratives that we did comes about, you're just ready to
go.
And I'll tell you one thing, none of them were the finished article.
Yeah,
they just had a vision that we instantly said, yeah. Don't get me wrong, there was some that we looked at and said, nope, absolutely not. Right? They were and you got to think it's a lot of hard work on our behalf as well, because people are sending scripts and this is like
got a filter.
Pages long, pages.
I can't read this.
Like,
do you know what I'm saying to you?
So there's some that, you know, but that's the work that we've put on ourselves, where we're going through this, we're reading people's scripts and everything, and some people, it's like it gets to a point where I'm not entertaining any further. You've not homed on your craft. You've clearly not.
You haven't done any research. You haven't done anything
just
yourself.
Put words together.
Just coming to just chop from here.
Yeah. Like you just heard there's money over here, and I just put anything together. And then there's some people that you look at their thing and you say, write down, like you said before, with film, there's a structure, there's a science to it. Yeah.
And you can break the rules, but learn the rules.
Yeah, and then so for me, I will look at it and say, okay, this person's playing by the rules. He can understand all of these things are happening. Let's see where this goes. We have meetings with these people. Like, you got to think, for a couple of guys just from the neighborhood now, sitting down, hosting meetings with people on a regular, where it's like, what can we do for you more so now than before? It was us going to the fountain and begging. Facts. Like that's not the thing anymore. And a lot of it is down to hard work, being prepared when opportunity comes your way. You're there to pounce, and when you pounce, hard. Like I don't think there's any door that we've kind of kicked down that it's been gently. It's just like blasted the door off, wide off the hinges.
It has to be undeniable. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying to you? That's the only way to get. And you know what? You asked the question: how do you kind of raise money, bro? Learn how to say what you need to say in as little words as possible. Let's start there, because people don't have time. Full stop. The 100%. Audience ain't got time. Commissioners ain't got time. Financiers ain't got time.
It's an elevator pitch, isn't it?
That's it. Just say what.
Just go straight to the point.
Because that's what cinema's about. Cinema's about telling the parts of the story you need to tell. You don't need to like Nollywood. You can stay on one shot for 10 minutes of someone walking down the road.
Man said Nollywood, bro.
No, but back in the day, Nollywood. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about it's brilliant these days, but back in the day, the one my mum used to watch. Someone walking down the road.
That music is wild, but that like kind of actually used to scare me though.
No, but it's like you can't watch that for 5 minutes, bro. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So it's just one of those ones where it's kind of like, do your research, bring something to the table. Don't come empty-handed. Nobody wants that.
All right, no, do you know? I'm conscious of time, so I'm gonna blitz through a couple more that I just want to make sure we get in there.
Sure.
Talk about a couple. Don't even talk about this. Just let us know about some exciting projects you got coming up. And have you got any like thoughts about breaking into the US industry?
I'm going to let Dolla talk about projects, but for me, the US, so I've got a USA, so I'm represented by WME, that's William Morris Endeavor, and that's a top 2 agencies in the States. Okay. Right, so that's Keanu Reeves, Robert Downey Jr. Do you know what I mean? John, you get one of those ones, and actually one of my actual agents looks after those people. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So it's like we've got that inroad now in America where we're at the creme de la creme. However, DBK Studios is also repped by WME.
Yeah. So it's a random one though. So you could get the real Iron Man suit, bro.
You can get a lot of stuff.
You can get the actual Iron Man thing,
bro. I'll tell you. Remember when Sky Studios went there for a meeting, and bro, I'm seeing like all the stuff that's legit, like that's there. Yeah. And I'm thinking
from their production.
Yeah. It's just there, like they got this land, but like we've got the inroads to the States where on the business end, the people that represent us know everybody and they're well respected.
Okay. And so upcoming projects, just like this.
Upcoming projects. So from the 5 shorts that we done, I think 3 have been commissioned now.
5 actually. Well, actually, you're right.
Yeah,
3 from the shorts.
From the shorts, and we got
5 commissioned.
5 commissioned under DBK, all in all, right? So we got 5 films that 5 shorts that have been commissioned. That's gonna take literally. That's gonna basically keep us going for the rest of the year, and we're working on our own film, like that. I think it needs to be told. It's gonna be told. You know, and then from there is really much so plans to get a proper studio, then break off and head over to Africa.
That's it.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah. Africa's the final destination.
That's the grill, bro.
That's the grill.
Because I think, you know what,
everything we're doing now,
there's so much space. There's so much space there. You know, we're already networking with people in Africa. We're trying to get into film festivals in Africa already. Well, we are. Submitting into film festivals in Africa. And, you know, our thing is, listen, we don't just have to limit ourselves to the UK. I know you raised the question about, do you see yourself going into the US market? But for us, it's like,
Africa first.
Why can't we go? Why should we skip past Africa? Because I'll tell you one thing, it's a huge market.
It's massive.
It's bigger than people think.
This goes in line with what I said earlier. Start the wave, don't join the wave. Because when you join the wave, bro, you're just one of a million. But when you're actively, there's a reason why we want to go to Africa, because the demand is there. Like cinema is therapeutic. Cinema is medicinal. For your mind, for your body, for your soul.
And
like,
also, it sheds light on things. It sheds light. I'll tell you one thing, like, growing up and staying there for a little bit, it was always a thing of people have this notion of what it is to be in the Western world or in England or whatnot. If you can crack that market where, okay, we're bringing a different kind of TV show, we're bringing a different kind of thing where you can relate, you can see what your cousins are, what's happening over there, what kind of stories are over there. It's not paved of gold. Do you get it? So I think bridging that gap where people back home understand the struggles and the real things, and also the high lives and everything, you know, bringing that to their screen where it's more accessible to their screen, because there's a lots of ins and outs when it comes to distribution and where it's shown. And you know, that's a big beast on its own, right? So if we can, which is one of the things that we aim to do, have our own distribution company.
Thank you very much.
Where we distribute all over Africa.
Because look, the company is called DBK Studios. It's not a production company.
Bro,
and the studio is Warner Brothers, is Paramount, that's what DBK Studios is.
It's global.
Do you get? And also, we're capitalizing off of a time that's never existed. Look, the horrific thing that is transatlantic slave trade, there's a word in the Bible that says all things work together for the good of the Lord, bro. Never has there ever been a time of people who are equally as African as they are European. Do you know what I'm saying to you? What kind of convergence is that? Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, we can take a mentality from this country which serves them, and clearly you can see the proof in the pudding, and take it to Africa where that's lacking, but then go and capitalize off of the blessings of Africa that these people can't access, bro. That is honestly a formula that is undeniable. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And everything that we're talking about rests on top of those laurels. Do you get what I'm saying? And that is why this plan is foolproof, bro.
All right. That's dope, bro. Like, literally, bro. And I know the blessings will continue, bro. So you don't achieve those goals.
Amen, bro.
Bro, so, but you know, just people that are just like sitting there now going, you know, I want to do this. Like, what would you like? Just maybe just like one thing. Like, obviously outside of faith, because remember, as I said, faith without work, bro. I think they need the faith. I would just say, like, what would if they want to get into the industry? Just like, how would they go about it? Take the first step.
Which is faith.
The first step.
Which is faith anyway.
Like, I feel like there's always this thing where people get comfortable. And no one wants to take a risk. And sometimes you don't always have to take a risk though. What you can do, you can say, you know what, I've got spare time today.
I disagree. Who can I shadow? Because the time you're giving, okay, that's taking the risk.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
You always go back to faith.
That's true. Yeah. But you can literally say, you know what? Let me shadow somebody. Let me see what I can learn from this person. Because sometimes, just like the sound, that's not your thing. But you've tasted something that is. Because you might feel like, oh, you know what? I want to do this. Yeah. Don't know how to go about it. Go and shadow someone and see if that's actually really for you. Okay. I'm telling you, once you get into it,
basically reaching out to people, shadowing.
Don't be shy.
It's the beginning. It's the beginning.
Yeah.
Because can I say something? Without faith, and I'm not. Look, my faith is in Christ Jesus. I'm not mincing my words, but you need to have faith in something.
Yeah.
Because without faith, you'll give up. Let's put it that way. This industry that we're in is brutal. Your ego is tested every day. Your energy is tested every day. Your patience is tested every day. You have to fight viciously for your own value, bro. The thing that it should be dropped on your lap, you have to scrap for. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, without faith, you're wasting your especially if you're Black British. Do you get what I'm saying? Because look, I'm gonna say I'm 32 now. I started Noughts and Crosses when I was 28. Right? In terms of working in TV,
it's been a fast 4 years, bro.
We need to start looking around and see who else is doing that. I can probably name about 4 other people in the whole of the UK doing what I'm doing.
It's not a lot.
That's ridiculous. 4 other Black British people. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And that is why I believe faith is the filter, right? That picks and chooses the people who are going to sit at the top from the bottom.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. You know what? One for the Topboy fans, because you know what Topboy is right now.
I might not be able to answer it, fans.
I know, but that's why I'm testing you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are there any plans? And again, it's probably out of your hands, but you may have an inkling. Like, are there any plans to have like any spin-offs? Like, so we're talking like, you know, similar to like the Power Universe, how they got like the story for Ghost and that. Maybe like a story for Jack, Sully. Like, you know, Ash, like to Shane, like Michael Ward's character. Are there any spin-offs? Like, come on. And you know what? If there ain't no plans, this is my idea, and make sure I get my percentage, brother. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, if there's any, like, come on, like, you know, I just thought back, because I thought to myself, there's obviously the story is dope, but actually every individual has their own little realm and reality.
Look, I'm going to disappoint you because I don't have a clue. How about that? Because you look, my job, I'm a director. I'm a hired hand in Topboy. They give me episode 4 and 5 scripts, and everything I do and say pertains to that. Okay. I can comment on the episode after mine and the episodes before mine because it ties into what I'm doing. But in terms of the overall executive vision of the show, I don't have that kind of say.
But I mean, you can technically provide an opinion, though.
I can provide an opinion, but, you know, I don't think it's right to. I think there's people who are in a position to give you the correct opinion. Topboy is different from whatever I would make if I was to start the show. But I can contribute to their vision because as a director, I'm the highest servant, put it that way. That's what a director is. I'm the highest person serving on set. Okay. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So unfortunately, I don't have those answers.
Okay, but your opinion, if it was yours.
I don't know, man. Look, I know Jasmine. Like, for example, Jasmine Jobson. She's in Noughts and Crosses. So after I finished Topboy, literally, I went to do Noughts and Crosses. Literally a week later after I wrapped my last shoot on Topboy.
It's a similar role, like Tomboyish.
No, not at all. She's actually very feminine.
So she's got like a.
She's got still. Jasmine Jobson's got still full stop, but she plays a totally different character.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? She's you know, in Topboy, obviously she's you know, she's a lesbian, but in Noughts and Crosses she's straight. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's like already those are two different.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so no, but Jasmine Jobson is someone that I think, you know, would be brilliant as the lead of her own show. Not to say it's a spin-off of Topboy.
No, I think, bro, as I mean, she's like a lot of the time the feedback you hear is that Jack, the character Jasmine Jobson, is like she's a star of the show.
And you know what? Jasmine Jobson, the actor, leads with her heart. That's why she's so good at what she does. Her heart is always open. generous with her energy, you know.
Yeah, dope. Do you know what? Final one.
Final question.
Because I'm sitting here.
Make this count, mate.
Nah, I'm making it count. I might spin it back on you, though. If you were sitting where I'm sitting, and you were thinking about people that want to get into this industry, or just like learn from the game, or like just to inspire or encourage them, what is something that I should have asked you that, you know what, this is useful, you know, on my journey, this is something that I should do?
I'm going to tell you now, story is king. Yeah, learn the components of what story is. You know what I'm saying to you? Because that is the key that opens every single last door in this industry. You know what I mean? Well, the majority of them. Do you know what I mean? Story's king. Like, there's science to what story is. You can't just say, my story's about the nuances of the feathers flying in the sky. No one cares about that, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's actually a checklist of things that you need to account for, right? To tell us what your story is, which involves character, which involves goal, which involves obstacles, which involves dilemmas, which involves time, place, which involves the last two. Time, place.
Location.
Nah, fam. Time, place, irony, and stakes. So what's
where
ironic
can
about this?
Can we read about this? Is that available on the web?
Nah, well, you know, just DM me or something, and I'll see if I can do
reach
more.
out.
But do you know what?
This is something I've coined myself through research.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not
There's
myself.
different ways you can break it down, though.
Exactly. This is just the way we're breaking it down.
How you think about things.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's different ways you can break it down. That's why I'll throw location into it, because people.
Location is important.
Yeah,
but place. I did say place.
Yeah.
Place is location.
Yeah, and it's. I think you create your own world.
Yeah.
You create your own world, but
based on reality.
For me, I think one thing that I would say is, if you're gonna do anything like this, just make sure you're resilient. Don't fear rejection. Just get used to it.
Yeah.
Just make rejection your bread and butter.
No, it's gonna be your best friend.
Like, just
but also,
they're only your best friend once you're in.
Everyone who comes on this, bro, it's like the L's, the failures, the no's.
It's a part of
that kind of builds them to who
is
you
what
are.
makes us
exactly. Like,
builds you.
Do you know? No, do you know what? It's not even that. I think it's me more so what I've learned is, no, it's not personal.
No, never.
It's not personal, but I think sometimes people make it personal.
Shouldn't be discouraging, though. Remember, because
a lot of people,
but that's
why,
and then they take it.
but that's why they're discouraged, because they're taking it personally. Mm-hmm. Now, I think when you make no a part of the game,
it's
fine, fair enough. And like there's been no's along the way,
more no's than yeses.
A lot more no's, but there's been specific no's where people turn around and said, I should have said yes.
Yeah, of course.
Majority.
But there's key things along the way where it's like, do you know what? And they were kind of like, at the time, like, I'm not sure.
They saw something where they didn't see the full vision.
But then now, but it also for that is you make sure when someone does say yes, you do an amazing job. Because now, guess what? That amazing job where that person was with you before saying, I knew deep down, I knew he could do this, but now I know. Let's hire this. Let's hire this company. Let's hire this company. Go forward and make whatever we got to make with this company.
That's dope, man. Do you know what? So, as part of this show, like we have a quick fire round. Quick one, 5 questions. So lend me 5 quick fire questions.
Go for it.
You've got like under 10 seconds. I used to say 10 seconds, but I realized people just like taking the mic. You got under 10 seconds per question. Because to you just like bang bang. You just gotta it's just got to bounce, bro. Like, you know how how the clips used to go back to back, or Jada and Styles. Just come quick with it. Don't sleep
this
on
guy,
the team.
I know you're gonna hold it up.
Just come quick with it, yeah. So
I'm
gonna ask you 5 questions and just give me the first thing that comes to your head.
Hit me.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
We're good, yeah. All right. One thing that you can't live without.
God.
My daughters.
One thing you need to be successful.
God.
Definitely God.
One thing that brings you happiness.
God.
This guy.
My family.
I mean, it's true, but he's got a one-word answer, bro. Yeah. If you had one wish, what would it be? Ooh, the timer, brother.
That I glorify God in everything I do.
Nah, you know what? For me, it's just happiness. Like, I fully believe in just whatever I do, it makes me happy. I don't want to do anything where I hate what I'm doing. I'm miserable, anything like that. So far I can do something. Listen, if I can sweep the floors today with a smile on my face and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, I love it.
You got 10 seconds, mate. Yeah, that's
that
great
was,
poetry.
No, it's got 10 seconds. 10 seconds to answer the question. 10 seconds to answer the question.
Poetic justice there, boy.
All right, quickly though. And then the last one thing that you would advise a younger version of you. On a quickly though,
just don't stress, just trust God in it. Like God has actually got this whole thing figured out. As long as you stick with God, just know that the whole thing's already figured out, man. Whatever happens now, just take it on the chin because it's part of the journey, innit?
Who's being a poet now?
Yeah, I was inspired by you, mate. Innit? Your 10 seconds is ticking, bro.
Nah, for me, it's just, you know what? Be who you are.
Yeah.
Like, don't try and be something you're not. Don't, like, if you genuinely believe in something, don't try and fit in with nobody. Just do you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's cold, man. Where can people connect with you? Like, where if they want to connect? I know you mentioned the story thing.
His Instagram is at. I'm joking.
No, come on, bro. Yeah, IGs. Like, what's the best way for people to, whether they got scripts, whether they're involved, did they want to get involved?
The thing about the script thing is difficult because, do you know what I'm saying to you? It's like, this industry only goes off of reference. I can only vouch for the people I can vouch for. Like, you have to be risk averse. Where I am probably one of the most biggest risk takers this industry has. You still need to be risk averse. Like, you can't go diving off a cliff. You have to make calculated risk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? So essentially, you send in scripts, I wouldn't advise it because 9 out of 10 people ain't reading it, including ourselves. Like, do you know what I mean? But if you have a shorthand of us, if you come to one of our screenings, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're able to somehow get into the ecosystem.
But not even just, maybe not scripts then. Okay, but just generally
advice,
just to connect, advice, mentorship.
Email me, Koby at dbkstudios.co.uk. I respond to every email. Okay, if not, Dominique Fragale will. You know, one of our colleagues at DBK. She is on it. You see what I'm saying? Where's people that we don't actually.
That's when I knew you. That's when I knew when you man have made it in life. I was like, yeah, man, you man coming is like, yeah, you had me hook up, like, speak to Dominique. I'm like, you know what? You know when someone else is gonna coordinate calendars. I was like, these men have gone clear.
If it wasn't for Dominique, we won't be sitting there, bro.
Yeah, we thought it was 2 o'clock.
This guy called me this morning. I was still sleeping, fam. You know what I'm saying to you? I thought, I've got some sleeping time. Not knowing how to get it. So Dominique is an integral part of the team.
Yeah, that's dope. And so, you know, obviously the IGs will. IG, can people connect? And I'll put the
directed by Koby. Koby's Koby. Directed by Koby.
And you got DBK Studios.
DBK Studios. At DBK Studios.
And you got yours.
And mine is at Dolla Boss.
DOLLA.
Boss, right?
No, DOLLA BOSS.
There we go.
Follow him.
Yeah, dope.
Add that up.
Yeah.
You're done though.
This guy,
and you know what, bro? You man, appreciate you man joining, man. Because one thing I will say is the gems here. Because one thing, as I said, remember I said there's people that we don't know or we hear about every day, but there's so many people that are probably looking at how do people do this, or even this may just inspire them to go into it.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying, and they've got the talent or the abilities to go into this, and now they're kind of thinking, you know what, I'm motivated, I can do this.
100%. And I just want to say one thing: if you have got a good script, send it to me. Don't send it to him because he's. Okay. But I actually enjoy reading scripts now. It's actually a thing of mine that it's like it's a good way for me just to cool off.
So what's your email then, mate?
There, you gotta go to.
No, just at DBK Studios, reach out to me, and then I'll do it that way. I don't want people flooding. I think, but at DBK, because the thing is, if you've got a good log line, for me, I can just read it or a little synopsis, and I can say, okay, cool, I know what this is about.
Synopsis helps.
Let me see more.
Summarize so they know what this thing's about. Okay, no, but bros, appreciate you, man, coming and sharing the gems. I genuinely believe, bro, you're impacting people's lives, bro.
God's grace.
Thank you, man.
As I said, God's grace.
Amen. You know it's through God. But one thing to close, we can't wrap this up without me asking. You gotta lend me a $5, boys. Mate, alright, look, you better laughing.
No, listen. Can I be honest with you?
I know you got £2.50 each, bro.
Can I be honest with you? 85% to 90% of the population could ask me that question, but you do not fit that bill.
Definitely do not,
boy. Let me tell you now.
Socials, that's it.
I'm in Dubai with Bentley. I don't want to hear noise from you.
I see, man.
I've never done that before. Still, trust me. Just some life experiences I've never experienced. Nah, bro. Listen, lend me a tenner, though, about £5. I want £10, bro. I want £10.
Oh no, that is funny, bro. So you know what? Anyone who watches all the episodes will realise, bro, I've only had 1 5, you know.
There you go. Do you know what it is? No one even carries cash like that.
No, it is. That's the case, bro. 100%. But
you can do a Monzo thing.
I'm about to invest in a card machine.
That's what you need.
For you, Dons. I'm gonna make you pin it. I'm gonna put it here until the episode locks off. But no, bros, appreciate you coming.
No problem, man.
Episode was dope.
It's been fun, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you,
It's
bro.
good to see this as well, man.
Make sure you share, subscribe. And hit people up, man, if you need any.
Hit the subscribe button.
Trust me.
Defo. Peace.
Bush.
Yo, what you cooking?